Right.
You want to bite?
No, you got it.
You sure? Jen? No?
Nigga, I got good.
Scarlett?
No, thank you.
I got good. Yeah, I feel bad for eating all this food. I can't anyway.
You feel bad for eating all this food?
In front of Scarlett.
Oh, you can't eat?
She a Muslim.
Is it Ramadan?
She want to eat swine.
But it's sundown, so she'll be able to eat. No?
Episode 64. Jesus Christ.
Oh, hyperventilate.
64.
It happened so fast.
Where did you guys meet?
Oh, okay.
In a dumpster.
Like, how did you guys meet?
We have to do the intro, then we'll tell
Again.
you.
Okay.
You do it again?
I don't know. Should I?
Nah.
All right, cool.
Episode 64. I was going to offer you more chicken, but he said you can't eat.
No, it's okay. Actually.
I mean, I didn't say you can't. Okay. Episode
No, it's okay.
64.
Sure? I got mad chickens.
Jesus Lord.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Thank you.
Darren,
The
get
chicken was
control of this. Take control, Darren.
Take control. Episode 64. Right?
I'm
Cool.
usually the only girl, so you can't take
Really?
control.
She's
Yeah.
mad hype.
I'm excited.
Welcome to another episode of Please Lead This.
Wait, we started?
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Lord.
Wait, he's trying to start.
Like, it's not even like camera lights.
Oh, my
Action.
We just
God.
start talking.
Oh. No, 64.
In the basement, we have Darren.
Bim.
Genevieve.
Scarlett.
We'll never get it right.
I don't even know.
No, Darren don't get it right.
Well, how did I let it breathe for a moment?
And then
she
you looked at me.
When there's
was
a guest, you don't got to let her breathe.
There's no like warm up period.
No.
We just jump into it. It's very authentic. Got it. Boom.
So for those of our listeners who are wondering who this person is that's talking, it was our dear friend Scarlett. She joined us for the episode.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
No,
Really, Darren? Really?
there's something on my mic.
I know. I seen it. Came out your mouth.
I know, because I don't really eat when I'm on the mic.
Yeah.
Anyways, friends, how are you?
Splendid. Yourself?
Doing good, man. We got treats. Jen brought pizza and candy and salad.
So I'm just now learning that Jen has high standards for pizza. I think I knew, but I didn't realize how bad it was.
First of all, it's not that I have high standards pizza. You have low standards.
Hopes. She's got.
He always breaks into song.
Anyways, it's in my head.
Because it's not like I didn't eat none of the pizza. I ate 2 slices. That's enough to determine.
It was nasty. One slice
was
is enough.
nasty?
It was nasty.
Yeah.
As soon as he said school lunch, I was like,
Yeah.
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 And I had a little tiny bite. That was enough for me.
I thought it was just fine for me.
And that's only because the only thing I ate today was 3/4 of a Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito. So I was just pretty much starving.
Man, that's
Those are
why-
damn good. I love those shit.
People really be having breakfast at Chick-fil-A?
Oh my God, yes. And the burrito, we ain't even get to who she is or anything. But
No.
breakfast burrito, you got eggs. Have you eaten at Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, but
So,
never breakfast.
Imagine the chicken sandwich, the fried one.
That's good. That's good.
Chopped up, that same chicken, chopped up with that same seasoning,
That's also good.
sprinkled in a burrito with some eggs, some cheese, and whatever the hell else
I think
they put.
potato.
And potato.
But the thing is, then I felt bad because it reminded me of that old episode with the chickens eating eggs or the eggs eating the chicken.
Oh, the parrot.
No, you kill the chicken, and then you batter it in its children.
And then you surround it
And then you
with,
surround it with its more of
scrambled
its
children.
children.
And then you wrap it in bread. And you eat it like that. You see what I'm saying? So halfway into it, I started feeling guilty.
Magnifique.
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 But it tasted so good.
It's so good. It's good.
The whole family delicious.
Oh, it was a delicious family.
What type of people are we?
Like
Anyway,
Obama's a delicious little family.
before we get too off track, as we already have, Scarlett, would you mind telling us about yourself and why you're here? Not so much why you're
I'm
here.
gonna turn off
but-
my mic while you do this. 'Cause I'm gonna be
like,
chewing.
why yourself? Why are you? Who are you, Scarlett? A little bit.
I really feel like I'm on a date right now. It's just like,
Oh.
so
It's a
who
first
are
date.
you?
That's
What
how
do
they
you want?
date in your generation.
You guys have me this nervous.
Speed dating. Let's go.
You're like, yeah, Scarlett, tell us about you. I'm like, I am a girl.
There
Girl
you
has
have
no
it, ladies
face.
and
And
gentlemen.
then she's
I
a
am
girl.
a girl.
Oh, real. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, she froze.
She did. She looked at me like, more than just I'm a girl.
Oh, please watch the video,
Okay,
ladies
no,
and
I'm
gentlemen.
sorry.
This is
I'm
great.
sorry. So yeah, so I am a student at Rhode Island College studying biochemistry.
Ow.
With a minor in studio art.
Oh.
You said a minor in studio art?
Yes.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I don't really talk much about it.
Oh.
Yeah, which is something I need to start changing and show more passion to my
Yes,
arts.
indeed.
Right. Yeah.
Woman of color such as yourself, learning this, having a minor and a
And
a
studio
major.
art.
Yes.
Yeah.
What, Jen?
Nothing.
I'm sorry. Was that too much?
No, it was just interesting.
He lives in West Warwick now. He's
Do
changing.
every time I see like a little sprinkle of color, hey, girl.
Not hey, girl.
Which I must say, actually, now that you brought this whole like woman of color, the reason why I got interested in your podcast specifically, because there's a lot of podcasts.
Yeah,
There's a
there are,
lot
yes.
that I listen to, and I've fallen behind on this one. I have to catch up. It's because, yeah, like I know Darren. I don't know much about you guys, but it was just so nice to hear people of color in my ears while I was in lab or while I was working. I was working in 2 labs, in a research lab and one in my school. And both of them, I was the only one of color or the darkest one. So I felt always out of touch, out of place. We didn't listen to we didn't agree on the same music that we wanted to listen to in lab. So if I'm in lab from 9 to like 5 or 6 every day, like a 9 to 5 kind of job, you start kind of like feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So your podcast was like what made me feel like at ease, you know, even though like there were some things I didn't understand, like the Jello fries.
Hey, listen.
I was like, Jello fries.
Scholar with confidence came to me the next day. She's like, man, I've never had Jello fries. And I was like,
Jello
what?
fries.
So I was like,
Jello
But
fries.
hey, a very easy mistake.
but it was nice.
Yeah.
And I was able to like pick on like the personality. So like as soon as I saw you, I was like, oh, food. You're like the person to come in and educate me on food, on what to try and what not to try.
Facts.
You were like the sports and was like common, like the common like events that was happening. So that's what I would like listen to you for. I was like, uh-huh.
And I don't leave the house.
And Darren, you were just a joke, obviously, because I know you more. I'm able to pick up on your personality. So I'm like, I'm listening to you. I'm leaving like to laugh.
Yeah.
So overall, like, I just really appreciate your
guys,
podcast. So
we
thank
have
you.
we have a
Thank
fan,
you.
guys.
Oh, that's tight, man.
Man,
That's
I'm
tight.
turning purple. over
End the
here.
day.
So I was very nervous, and I'm still a little nervous.
Don't
I'm
be
like, oh my
nervous.
God.
We've met before. I met
Yeah,
you a
we
few
met at
times.
events. You
yeah.
know, we never really sat down at a table and
Chopped it up.
Yes,
Oh,
like speed
we're
dating
about
right
to do
now.
Ooh, speed dating.
Speed dating.
But I must say,
you
Scarlett, you are one of my favorite people that I don't know personally. Yes, yes. And one of the main reasons that kind of kicked that off was for Halloween,
What did I do for Halloween?
you were dressed up as somebody from a movie.
Yo, Darren, who was I dressed
I'm
up?
gonna know.
You don't remember?
Was it
Robin
this
No.
past Halloween?
I don't know if it was
Is
last
it?
year's Halloween
Oh
or
man, what was it? Ah!
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
So it was poetic. So it was like poetic justice
Ah.
for this.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I did.
She had
yes,
braids.
yes.
She had the
Yes.
shirt. I said, dog. She like 12 years old, but she know about poetic justice.
It
Shit,
was
she
hilarious
all
'cause I
right.
went to the Halloween party. It was a college Halloween party at Johnson Wales, and nobody knew who I was. They just thought I was just. It was like, yo, what's your outfit? Like, what's your costume? I was like,
Wow.
I was like, yo, I timed these braids. Like,
Yeah.
I got them done last week.
I
Like,
put work into this outfit, guys.
thought into this.
And you guys
Yeah.
just out
It's
here not-
appreciated.
not appreciated.
Not even a braid wig. She got braids.
God.
She got
Yes.
braids.
That's
Yes.
what's up.
For
Yeah.
the costume.
Yeah. So
thank
since
you.
then, I've been a fan, and
what's up.
then I find out you're smart. You know,
She wicked smart.
yeah, I didn't know what it was. I just know you had a lab coat. So it's biochemistry, right? See, what do I know?
Right.
What do I know? I was like, she doing smart shit.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
out
she's
here.
super cool. Yeah, she
Thank
smiles a
you.
lot. So I
Thank
mean,
you.
That's
like,
always fun.
yeah, how can you hate that?
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
We're
Super,
fans of
super,
Scarlett.
really good.
Super dope. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yay,
I'm
Scarlett.
so happy
So
to be here.
can I ask a stupid question? Sorry. Mm-hmm. What does a biochemist do?
Stuff.
There you have it, folks.
There you go.
Out of her resume,
Hundreds of $1,000s spent to do
Hire
stuff.
me.
hire me. I do stuff.
I do stuff.
All the
You
stuff.
know,
With
I do
two
all
Fs.
stuff. I do science in the lab.
Well, what do you? That's not.
Ah, yes. Of
Oh,
course.
science and all that.
Hey, we getting
Ah.
more specific in
Yeah, here we go. We're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay, so what? Please elaborate,
So
please.
yeah, biochemistry. I actually never heard of the major or the concentration until I was in school and I was failing all my biology classes.
Oh boy.
That's how it started. So you hear the name biochemistry, biology, and chemistry. So it's a lot of what I'm learning in school is a lot of the mechanisms that's happening biologically. So my research lab, we're like studying polymerase, which is like repair DNA, damaged DNA.
okay,
And
okay.
since your like DNA is always being damaged, you need your polymerase to, you know, repair them, but there's mutations that happen in the body. So like that's what I'm learning in lab. So biochemists work in research labs, professors in industry. I have a lot of sorority sisters actually in not a lot of them actually, but the ones that I do know that also major in chemistry
Dope.
or biochemistry.
Wow. So y'all out here like saving the world?
I wish.
Little by little, though, right?
You guys are saving humanity more or
Yeah.
less.
Because that's all the stuff I don't know. DNA and mutation.
No, trust me, I was really like, I didn't know any of it either. I remember when they threw me in lab, I was like, oh God, I don't know what I'm doing here.
So when did you know that's what you wanted to major in?
Yeah.
When did I know? Or
When, yeah.
so science has always been something I've been curious on. I had a passion for it. It started like in second grade when I was interested in photosynthesis. And like
Second
plants.
grade, huh?
I didn't know it was photosynthesis. It was like, why is grass green?
There you go.
Crap, why is it grass green? Why can't it not be purple? And then another reason.
You don't remember Bird Street School, Darren? Sorry to sidetrack.
Yeah.
We did the thing where we had the plant and in the water we put food coloring. And then after
Oh, a
some
little
time,
bit.
it
Yeah,
went
it would
through
go,
into,
yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
bit.
I was also amazed by
Yeah.
that. So I do have like a very curious like kind of personality. I like to pick at things. I like to
Thank you.
build things. I like to figure out how things work. And the more like in-depth story behind it is the fact that I struggle a lot with speech, grammar, and English not being my first language, and me being in school trying to learn English. It was something that I struggled a lot in. But science was something I didn't need in that time language for. So for me, it was my liberty. It was magical. It was where I could exist without feeling like I was less.
Wow. That's
So
dope.
that's where it kind of started.
Wow. So I'll say I didn't even know that English wasn't your first language. I couldn't tell.
Oh, you're lying.
No, honestly, I couldn't tell.
Thank
Same, I was
you.
about to ask you where you from.
My parents are Dominican. I was born here. Didn't start learning English until I was 6 in kindergarten because I wasn't around English-speaking children or adults.
Did you know English is Darren's first language?
Darren, I was saying when I hear you make all these mistakes, it makes me feel so much better about myself. So thank you. Thank you. Your wife's a whole teacher. I never thought of that. I never thought about it.
She's a whole teacher.
It makes me feel so good.
Oh shit.
Thank you. We're here together, Darren.
No, you're not
No,
together.
we're not together. No. I am on the Titanic as it's going down, and you fucks on the raft. Shit. I didn't even see that coming.
The orchestra's playing.
But I was just sitting here happily. Scarlett's so good and articulate and smart, and here come Bim. You know, Darren don't know how to talk English good. Like,
That's
oh,
not even what he said.
I know what he said.
You know Darren don't know how to talk English good. That's what he just said.
I know what he said, Jen.
Yeah, but I know what you said. You know Darren don't know how to talk English good.
My ribs hurt.
This is what we're doing tonight. All right, cool. All right.
That was good. That was good.
shit.
That was good.
Oh, Lord.
How long have you guys been friends?
I've known Darren since kindergarten.
Really?
Real talk. And
So they went to the same schools.
Yeah.
He talks like that. He talks like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another observation.
Yeah.
They went to the same school for 12 years.
Ooh. Did you sit in the back of the classroom?
Listen, I'm not. This is not why I'm here. This-
Oh, shit.
God.
Oh,
Oh, God.
yeah, so since kindergarten, we both met Jen in high school. So yeah, since then.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Long
met
time.
Jen earlier in life somehow.
Oh, we didn't know that.
We didn't know that, but
Band, right?
Yeah.
Geeks.
We just found that out.
Yeah.
Like, what was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
thanks.
Yeah.
Just found that out.
There was a specific podcast where like they revealed your actual name, and I was like, "Whoa,
Oh yeah.
Jen is our actual."
Oh, Genevieve?
Yeah, I
What?
didn't know it. You know, because they just.
Oh, you
referred
thought it
to
was
you
just Jen. Oh.
Yes, until it was like it wasn't far into like the episodes that you guys. It was like the earlier episodes. I was like, who's the new person? I was like, oh, okay, that's her name.
Wow.
So you said that you listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm always curious about like the so we're older.
Yeah.
I'm always curious about the generational stuff.
Yeah.
So do you find that a lot of your folks not so much listening to music all the time, but there's always like a podcast that they're listening to, or like audiobooks or something other than music through audio? Is that kind of like what the wave is for the young folks?
I can only speak for myself because there's a selective amount of people that actually like listen to podcasts, at least within my circle. I know like audiobooks is like a big thing, which I'm never going to get into.
No?
No.
Yeah, I don't get
Absolutely.
Y'all like words on
Absolutely.
paper?
Makes
Yes.
me sleepy.
I can't do it.
No.
I fall
Do you
asleep.
do
Both
like
will make
the
me sleepy.
tablet? Do you read on the Kindle kind of thing?
When I try to read, like I'm easily distracted. So like if any noise is going
Yeah.
on somewhere or I see something, I'm like,
That's
Yeah.
why I
And then
can't
that's
read
it,
at all.
yeah.
I won't even try.
Yeah.
But if I was gonna read, I would read a book.
Right.
That's interesting enough. It'll hold me. Sorry,
Same.
go ahead.
And yeah, we just found out that Darren reads. Remember that?
Yeah.
You read?
You read?
you read?
Ouch.
Why is this?
Throw them away.
Why is this a thing?
I don't
Throw
read.
them away.
I don't know.
Which is funny because out of the three of us, if I had to bet money which one of us reads, it wouldn't be on you.
You're right. You're right.
And I already know the answer is not me, so
and
I would have to
actually-
choose between just two of you.
I grew up hating reading.
You what?
I grew up. What? I didn't say grew. I didn't say right. I grew up. Oh, I kind of stumbled on it. I grew up hating reading.
Just snuff her at some point.
Nah, it's all right.
Same.
Yeah. So not the fact that I like it just now. It's
I'm
like,
the
oh,
opposite. I used to love reading as a kid.
Really?
I used to love, like, you know.
I mean, I believe
You know,
that.
back in the '80s, you know, things were different.
I had an encyclopedia at the house.
I still have an encyclopedia.
Do you?
But like
Scarlett, encyclopedia is when we
a collection of books.
It's a book.
It was.
I didn't know what it is.
It was the internet on paper.
Have you been to a
Exactly.
library? Do you know what a library is?
You have a library card?
Honestly, I
do
feel
we
like library is not
decimal
going to be a
system?
thing. I think it's going to be one of those like where you just go and
Right.
study because
You're
who
right.
actually? I remember my professor
Look
was like,
at this.
"Oh, we need to do a research paper, and you know you have to go to the library." I was like, "A library?
You
Like,
crazy.
How do I even
Right.
cite
Right.
a book that I
Right.
read?" I was like, "I'm not
Right.
cite
A
a
bibliography.
Right.
Whoa.
A bibliography.
Remember that?
Too
Yo,
much.
my G.
Son.
book." I was like, all in the internet.
What was the
So-
format we had to put it in?
Shit, I forgot. Oh, you had to,
ADA, ABA.
some shit like
AMA.
that.
Look at you.
So you don't know
She's
nothing
like,
about
what?
this.
What is this? What?
Scarlett, for reference for the listeners, you don't mind giving your age, do you? Or
I'm sorry?
Your age?
My age?
Yeah.
I'm 25. I
25.
just turned 25.
So
yeah.
that's why we're
Yay,
teasing
when's your birthday?
Scarlett about
yes,
this.
April 3rd. So I'm
Oh,
yeah.
happy belated.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Jinx.
Yeah, I honestly still feel like I'm 23 because there's not much of a difference.
No.
There's
I
really
always
not.
tell young ladies, 25 is the year.
You know what's so funny? I said it to myself. I turned 25. I'm sorry to pause you, right?
No,
Because
no,
I feel
it's
very
true.
passionate about this.
It's
pause
exciting.
that thought, right? Pin it real quick, right?
Cool.
I
don't know what that
remember
means.
just like when you pin something and you're gonna go back to it,
Got
you're
it.
just gonna pin it, right? I remember when I was like 13, 14, you know, and they asked me like, what are you gonna be when you grow up? And I was like, yo, 25, it seems like the year I'm gonna make it. I don't know what that meant. But I was just like, I'm gonna make it through, like I'm gonna be that person in the family, right? And then I'm getting closer and I'm closer. I was like, oh crap. And I turned 25. I was like, I'm not a millionaire yet. Like, oh shit. So I thought 25 in the year 2020 was going to be like, it's going to be an
that's
explosion.
nice.
But you know what? I'm still staying true to like the childhood like idea that 25 into 2020 something big is gonna happen. So no,
You got a good
pinned.
amount of time still.
Go.
Yeah.
25 is the year.
I meant
for women.
25 is the year of you're more free with yourself. I don't know how it
Whole
happens
phase.
at 25.
Like,
It's
you
like,
know what? I feel more proud.
yeah,
Free with
yeah,
yourself.
like you don't feel
Yes.
shame.
Whole phase.
No, not
and,
at
and
all.
you don't
Alright,
feel like you need
translation.
to.
I got translate.
Translate.
You don't,
Got it.
Shut up. You guys threw me off.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you have to edit yourself for anyone.
Absolutely.
And you just do what you want and it feels good at
Yeah.
25. 25 is a great year. I
I
wish you all the success
strongly-
in 25. I'm very
God
excited
bless.
for
all
you.
the wholeness. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I feel-
25 is
thanks,
great.
Thanks. Yes, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Although I was just actually speaking to your mother-in-law when she was about to leave, and I was like, "Is it true that as women like get older, our sex drive gets better?" She's like, she looked at me, she was like, "Yup," and I was like, "I have something to look forward to." But then she said that men.
Boom, there you go.
But then
Yes.
hold up, I was like, I don't gotta be messing around with these old guys. Like,
Look.
his body's still gonna be looking tight.
You know what I mean?
Hate to shoot down that dream plane you have, but if you're let me not say that.
Don't
ahead,
don't
go
ruin it
ahead.
for
I
her.
can't say
Let
it.
her
No,
stumble.
No, it's
Go
for
ahead.
me. I don't want to get in trouble.
All you had to do was not say it was for you. And then
No,
you
Right,
'cause
but now
they-
you're just
No,
Because
'cause
people
yeah,
know I'm talking about
Yeah.
me. You don't know I'm talking about me.
Girl, did you hear what he said? It was clearly a cry for help, girl.
oh God.
I say it off the
God.
mic.
Yeah.
It's like who is Kirby's wife? What's her name?
Aisha.
Aisha. How she said like he wasn't doing it for her anymore.
Is that the translation?
yeah.
That's not the. Is
Well,
that
we
what
don't-
how you
She-
interpreted it?
I thought she wrote a post and she said it like I admit that for a whole year he.
Oh, that
didn't
wasn't
do it.
real. That
was
wasn't.
that?
that
Did we
wasn't
defunct
real?
that?
That was like a like one of those fake
embellished.
sites. Yeah, I went on the actual
Oh.
website. That's not a credible source. Yeah.
It's not
Well,
incredible.
yeah.
I can't cite that. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
you can't cite it.
I can't cite
Take it
that.
off the bibliography.
Yeah, because I was about to go in, but I wanted to make sure it was accurate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Darren.
But that it was the website. If you looked at the URL, it wasn't a popular one. It was some random.
Oh,
thing.
it wasn't legit.
Yeah,
It
so they
wasn't
just
legit.
made that
Too unlegit to quit.
Wow.
Hey.
But how
Bumps
did you
in a
guys
bump.
feel about that?
Oh.
Wait, did you have something to say actually about your sex drive?
Please do.
Wow. And she pointed fingers too.
She said, Bim,
Call your wife.
how's your noodle?
Put her on speaker. Yeah.
It's there still. Yeah, I mean.
So I mean, but it's a known fact
It's there
that
still.
as men get older, their sex drive drops, and as women get older, their sex drive goes up. So you have
Does
this, so we have this stupid slope that men were in our early 20s were like, yes, oh, in the face.
Easy. God.
And women, as women get older, that's when they're in their prime and they're like, yes, in the face. And at that
I
time,
wanna talk to
men.
Clara Bell.
Yeah, we'll talk to her. She'll tell you some things.
Yeah.
But that's a known thing. I feel like. Actually,
Yeah.
I was reading something super interesting, but I gotta find it first before I talk on it. But
Well, you
continue.
said that actually came to the conclusion that men try to shame women sexually because you guys ultimately wish that you were us.
Wow.
Because
I never heard that.
I came to this conclusion like my vagina will remain wet. Like it's not one of those like, oh, like you guys need to take a pill eventually to get it up. We don't have that problem. As we get older, our sex drive increases. You guys decrease. Do you
got,
see
like,
the
all
level?
hot. I
We
got more,
leveling
like-
up. We leveling up, and you guys are going down.
I'll tell you. I'll speak on behalf of men. We're not jealous about that.
Oh, you guys ain't jealous. Well,
And not about that. Not about that. We're tired. That's it. We just want to kick it.
I was like, it's wonderful to be a woman and
It is.
experience. And we have more like stimulations in our body that you guys could stimulate. You guys only have like this one part, and then that's it.
We know how to
we
get
have
it
this
going
whole
though.
body.
For our woman.
That's my conclusion of things.
All right.
So the reason why we're laughing, Scarlett,
Oh yeah, you
She's
got to get
behind.
caught up.
she's
Yeah.
because you said you're a little bit behind. Last week, the fellas gave us the many reasons why they jerk off. This is the jerk off motion,
Many.
Right.
and so it's just basically
Oh,
anything's
God.
a reason.
Pretty much.
Anything.
She went to the store.
Are you serious, guys?
Oh, you'll learn. You're still young. Enjoy your youth.
I'm not gonna lie. When I'm stressed, that's when I.
Oh!
I'm like, I got this paper to write.
Oh, we need an equivalent. Do this.
Yo. Can we start over? Can we please? I'm gonna
Episode
I'm
64.
gonna delete all of this, the last half an
Sorry,
hour.
Mom, if you're hearing this.
Hey,
She
fuck
probably already
that.
heard my vibrator.
Oh my
We
god.
getting lit, dog. Hell yeah.
She's not even drinking.
Jesus Christ. I know, right?
Now she got good
This is my
energy, man. She don't
personality.
need
That's
nothing.
nice.
So while we just mentioned Scarlett not drinking, Scarlett is doing something that is amazing to me, and I think this was when we talked about having people on. You know, we had a little conversations of who should we have on and when should we, blah, 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 and I was immediately thought of you because of the amazing thing that you are doing. So please,
Please tell us.
enlighten
Darren, you're
my
making it way
friends.
bigger than I
No,
am.
because it's super dope. I don't think you understand how dope it is.
You know
I'm so
what?
excited.
I'm so humble that like I don't like. But one of my childhood goals. Back to childhood goals. Anyways, long story short, I'm doing a bikini competition next
Oh.
Saturday.
Oh,
Next
shoot.
And yeah, and it was a goal of mine since I was a child. And 2019, I said that I was gonna make it happen. So it's my New Year resolution.
Okay.
Something I wasn't sharing with everybody until like probably like last week. I now made it public. I'm like, I'm doing this.
Dope.
But can you take us on? Like, how did you start? Where did you begin? What was the discipline that you had to go through? That's what's amazing to me.
Yes. So actually, you know how the law of attraction, when you think of something, you like see it or bump into it. So that's exactly what happened. I was working internship. I had an internship at Women and Infants, and one of their clinic, Center for OBGYN, was one of the clinics I would actually have to go to. And I bumped into a phlebotomist there, and on her screensaver, she had like her body, like she must have done a competition. I was like, oh, as I'm doing my job, I was like, so you did a bikini, like a bodybuilder? Because I didn't know like the terms. She's like, well, yeah. And I was like, that's awesome. You know, like, oh, I really wish I could do one. You know, one of those kind of talks. She's like, but you can. And then it was started from there. I was like, can I get your number? It's like, yeah. So I had her number. This happened like late in the summer. I had her number, and I didn't hit her up and take things serious until December. So, you know, I just had her number there. I know it was a lot of money. So I had joined a fitness class, game day.
Hey.
You go to game day?
No.
No, not at all. No.
I don't work out.
I think I never seen you there.
No, but the owner, Herlin, right? Lorenzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it started.
Yeah.
So I told myself, like, I need to take myself seriously at first. So I was like, I'm not going to pay a trainer, do all of this if I'm not mentally there.
Right.
So it was actually making my dream come reality. But yeah, like, my mind had to be there. So I started, for 2 months, I went to game day. I started losing the weight. I started eating healthier, and I was like, all right, that was like my check. And I was like, you got it, Scarlett. You lost the weight. You really about it. So then I hit up the trainer that I have now. I hit her up, and I was like,
Shout them out, yo.
I don't know if she wants me to yet.
Is that what she does, or is just like somebody
I'm her
just
first
helping you out?
trainee. Yeah.
Okay,
She
we can
wants
keep
to
it low.
hold, and then she wants to expose all the pictures later.
When you win the competition,
Yeah,
then you big
yeah.
it up.
But if I lose, she wants to go.
I don't know who that woman is. I don't know who that. Who is that poor girl on stage? I don't know.
I was
Just
in the gym
back
with her.
out of the auditorium.
The Homer Simpson.
A disappointing parent. Yeah. So I hit her up, and I told her I was like really down for it, and that's where it all started. So it was working out 4 to 5 days a week. My diet at first, it was like good. I was like, I got this. And so I'm not gonna lie, the past like 2 weeks, it got really intense for me, and I'm feeling really uncomfortable right now. Yeah. That's why I can't eat.
And I'm over here with
I'm
all kinds
starving.
of bullshit.
This is why I felt bad.
For real.
Oh my god.
I'm really hungry. I already had my last meal. I had my last meal at 5.
I feel so bad.
Yo,
Ladies
right?
and gentlemen, I
You get a
have
desperation in her voice. I'm really hungry.
Yeah, I'm not.
I have 2
It was
airheads,
like
big
but my mouth was
bars.
getting watery. I was like, lunch.
Darren got Skittles in front of her. Get them,
And
Darren.
the alcohol. Oh my God. That's another thing when it comes to like discipline. You just said that. Oh God.
Wow.
She had to check me a couple of times. One big time. Remember, she's like, hey, can you come through? I thought we were just gonna like have a nice little chat, and I see her face. I was like, She's like, you think this is a joke?
Oh.
You know, my name is out there. I was like, you're a representation of me. I was like, oh God.
You weren't following your diet or what?
I forgot that I had her on social media.
Oh, boy.
And I was taking
You out here
shots.
wilding.
Yeah.
You
You're out
know,
here
because
wilding.
I like this whole like work balance kind of thing, life, whatever. So weekdays, like study hard. Saturday, I'm going crazy. Don't hit me up about school, nothing. Like I'm shaking my ass, I'm taking shots. Like
Turn up.
I ain't even Scarlett no more. I'm a whole different version, Scarlett 2.0. Like, you know. So I was following my normal routine of like doing that, being a college student, no worries. I was like, yeah, like I could go to the gym and I already have a good body. Like I have a nice like structure to me. Like, this ain't nothing. So she had to call me out on it. So I think that was hard too.
Signs of a good trainer. That's dope.
Yeah, it was. That was hard. Besides just being in the gym,
Yeah.
it was like the change that my life took. It's only been 3 months, but
I think you had put up a progress picture, I want to say,
Yes, I had.
and I know you,
Yeah.
and like I've known you for a while now, and I've seen you be stupid Scarlett and immature Scarlett, blah, 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 blah. And to see you be disciplined about something, and then see the change in it, where it's like, yo, she's cut now, like I don't know where you want to be in it, but it was like, yo, just to see the discipline. 'Cause I know I'm very undisciplined. Like you see, I'm eating Skittles right now.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be eating Skittles.
No? Okay.
No, I shouldn't be.
No.
I shouldn't be drinking. My doctor told me stop drinking.
Wait, what?
He did.
And you're drinking?
I'm drinking.
Darren.
Huh?
You didn't
It
share
was
this with
bloody.
us.
It
We
didn't
just
matter.
be pouring it up.
It didn't matter.
This shit just got serious. Are you serious?
No.
Darren,
You said the
come
thing
on,
about the
man.
salt.
Yeah, the salt. I dropped the salt.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
all you
kept
told us.
everything else.
Yeah. I kept everything, but I like candies.
I like candy. I like
Yeah.
candy too.
So, anyways, I think it's and I didn't know it was your dream. So you just pursuing a dream and a passion is great. And I think it's being a role model, because I think my kids saw that,
yeah.
and the little one was like, "Oh, she's working out. I want to work out too." And yeah, cool.
She doesn't follow me on social media, does she?
No, but
okay.
me and Clyde were talking about.
Oh, okay. She's like, whoa. Okay.
So, but definitely good luck in your competition.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Can we vote for you? Do we have to be there to vote for you?
Right in my head, I wish it was like that. I would win.
Vote online.
I would win. But no, it's not like that. It's just judges.
So you're gonna go to a place and
Yeah, it's in
structure
Connecticut.
stuff?
It's in Connecticut. Yeah. Can you guys believe I'm getting a tan? A
Yeah,
spray
you got
tan?
to. I know somebody who
Right?
did the competition. She's by your complexion,
Yeah.
but it's a thing to get the tan because it helps to show the definition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Darren, and you bringing up the fact that you have watched me grow. How old? I think I was 17.
Yeah,
18.
you were still in high school when I met you.
Yeah, because I remember like you and Gladys were just dating. At least when I was introduced to Gladys' life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like a junior in high school when I met you. Anyways, long story
Amazing.
short.
I'm like,
what I'm trying to say is that you've been there to see the journey of like
Yeah.
high school to like, me getting like becoming a young adult. And this whole fitness competition means just so much more to me. Like I try to downplay it, but this is a huge thing for me that I cry of like happiness and scare and nervousness. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Because Darren,
Scarlett.
I haven't felt proud of myself since I became a sister of Omega Phi Beta.
Wow.
And you were there for that journey.
I was there for that journey.
That's 4 years ago.
Wow.
And
I'm not old, yo.
Yeah.
Thanks,
There
Scarlett.
you is.
Wow, but super dope.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wish you the best
That's
of luck.
awesome. Good luck.
Sorry we
Yeah,
have all this
yeah.
candy and liquor.
No, it's
Right?
okay. It's perfectly fine. I've had
Jen,
to
pack
deal with
all
it.
this shit up. Leave the salad.
Yeah, how do you say it? How do you say it? Girl, yeah.
Get out of here, man.
Oh boy.
So yeah, super dope.
Yeah, that's
Congratulations
tight.
and good luck.
You got a lot going on, Scarlett.
And she just wrapped up her semester at school.
Yeah, and then I just
started another one?
Summer.
That's
summer
gross.
School.
When are you done?
That's gross. I know it is. Yo, honestly, I asked.
I don't even know, yo.
I just be going and going and going.
That's exactly what's going on. I tell my mom, I was like, they keep moving the finish line. Every year, I'm like, this may be the year, and it's like, psych.
Wait, but how do you not know though?
I do know.
Oh, okay.
I do know. So hopefully, 2020.
Ow.
2020. What year is it now? Oh, it's next year.
2019.
I don't know what's going on.
I never know what month is because it works. I never know what year it is.
Because you do stuff 3 months in advance, 4 months
Oh,
in
yeah.
advance.
No, we're doing spring 2020 right now.
Jeez.
Oh wow,
So
wow.
we're doing January,
Next-
February, March right now.
My God.
So I never know what month it is. I'm always like, what month is this?
So God willing. So I just don't want to,
You got this.
I do.
You got
I got
this.
this. I got
Good
this.
stuff. Good stuff. Well,
Cold.
I know that you can't really eat food, but you can certainly talk about it. So I have a dumb question for you guys. We're all foodies. Which French fry or which type of French fry is the best type of French fry?
I saw a post related to this.
Me too.
You seen it? One gotta go, and they had the
Yeah.
No,
curly.
oh yeah.
Wait, it's funny. I
curly-
just happened to
Steak
find
fries
this.
gotta go.
Oh.
Steak fries don't do nothing for
You
me.
right though.
Wow.
They don't even hold
Wait,
really
so
the
what-
temperature
we got-
for me.
So we got steak fries.
Okay.
We got
yeah.
curly fries.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Crinkle
We got
cut.
crinkle cut.
We got shoestring.
Ooh.
Jen know all the
I
exclusives.
like
Jesus.
you.
Oh, that's
That's
not like
That's
that.
why I listen to her.
She right though. She got you pegged. And then she got
King
you
used to have
got the regular fries.
What are the regular fries?
Like
Regular
just
fries,
regular.
shoestring.
Oh, that's what they go.
That shoestring?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a name.
Guys.
I just like fries.
Oh, yeah,
This
look
one
at
is fries. This one is fries, guys.
Then there's wedges.
And there's
Oh, for me, wedges out of here.
Really?
no wedges, no
Big-
steak.
Yeah,
Crinkle
get
cuts
wedges
can
out
go
of
for
here.
me.
Why do people don't like? Why?
But I
Because
love-
most places that you get crinkle cut from, they don't cook them all the way,
It's soggy.
and they're soggy.
And
you
if you
had Shake Shack?
overcook them,
Then they're not
they
hard.
suck.
Hard,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's tough to.
It's
like the-
hard to find that
All right,
that
but
place.
But
Shack.
Shake Shack fire. Shake Shack's
and
fire.
they have those type of fries, and
Yeah.
I'm with it. I love those fries.
Yeah, Shake Shack. Got
If you
that.
get
The
them and they're
waffle
done
fries.
right. Oh, waffle fries. We got about waffle
Chick-fil-A.
fries.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, you
Come
right
on,
though.
come on. Those are my favorite.
Waffle fries are pretty good.
Curly
do we
fries?
count tater tots as fries?
No.
No,
So what do we count them as?
They're like the
They
distant
actually
cousin.
consider fries though, because I went to
They are, they're
Shake and
potatoes.
Crab, and they usually have fries, and like, we're trying something new, and we got tater tots. I was like, tater tots with seafood? Get out of my
Yeah.
face. But
Take this, man.
Yeah, take that shit out my. But yeah, it's considered
Right?
fries. Yeah, tater tots.
I don't count.
are.
I mean, if we count tater tots, then we gotta count sweet potato fries,
That's
which
disgusting.
is a whole nother.
No, that's not a
Disgusting.
potato.
Wait.
It's a sweet potato.
Right.
It's a whole different.
Okay,
Wait,
so
is
we're
that a
taking
potato?
sweet potato out.
It's not the same type
Sweet
of
potato is
potato.
potato. It's sweet potato.
Yeah, but it's,
She's
yeah.
getting all upset.
But like all those other fries are made from the same
The
kind
same
of
Okay,
potato.
potato,
okay, got
right.
it. So we'll stick to those.
Preparation
yeah.
of
Sweet potato
that
fries
same
are made from a
potato.
different type of potato.
Got it.
It's like Juca fries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You
she
eat
said the
Juca
Y is a J.
It's a J, yeah.
Aw.
Exactly.
Scarlett.
So we wouldn't include.
What just happened there?
They're Spanish. That's what happened.
You said Juca fries instead of
I'm
Juca.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
So
There's a difference, yo.
so exactly the reason, just like how we wouldn't include yuca fries in this conversation, we got to keep sweet potato fries.
All right, you
Good,
right.
because that shit sucks.
So
Yuca fries?
No, hell no.
Oh, I was like, good.
Fries. Oh my God, have you gone to Pollo Campero?
I went there before, but I didn't have their fries. I
The
went to the
Yuca
one that
fries?
was in Newport Ave before they closed it.
we really do have to have more women on the show because this is
But
nice.
I like Juca fries.
Yeah,
That's a break.
have you gone to?
She wakes
Have
up.
you gotten it from?
She does.
Wait, what?
Huh?
They're talking shit.
They are. Oh,
This
yeah.
wasn't shit. That
I
was
was talking good shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever had them from Cuban Revolution? Not Cuban Revolution.
No.
Los Andes. Because they have the hot sauce on the side.
God, no, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
have Juca fries there?
Yeah, and
I didn't know.
I don't know if you Dominicans do the same thing, but like my family's from Ghana, so we'll do like the pepper on the side. It's almost like a salsa, but not really.
Yeah,
And they have that at Los Andes.
I didn't know that. We just have the ketchup with the mayo. You mix it in
The
mayo ketchup.
mayo ketchup. Yeah, my Dominican just told me, and then I was mad because one day I went to Shaw's and Heinz makes their own mayo ketchup.
Stupid.
Yes.
And I was
That's
like,
stupid.
oh, word.
Yes, but do they have garlic in it?
I don't know.
when you-
I can't imagine.
When you go to a food trucks on Broad Street, they put a little like
garlic.
sass to it, put a little garlic to it.
Last week we had yuca chips.
Juca chips, oh my God.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
This is why.
Oh my God.
Never mind.
But then I was like, damn, I should have brought some salsa to go on the side. But we.
But back to fries, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which one gotta go?
Well, I don't know which one got to go, but my favorite's curly.
Curly.
I stick with curly.
Curly fries, yeah, for some reason it seems like they're
It's more fun.
seasoned better.
I was gonna
Yes.
say
Yeah,
seasoned.
yeah,
Like
more-
the
yeah.
Popeyes, like although they're not curly,
Right.
there's like
The seasoning is.
what are those fries called?
seasoned fries.
I think that is what they call it.
Nah, because I don't go to Popeyes and be like, can I have some fries?
Well, they only got the one type, but it's
It's seasoned fries.
yeah, they season it with
Like if you
whatever
go to,
extra.
I think it's seasoned and salt.
yeah,
Because if you go to Newport Creamery, they have it.
they do.
They
They do.
really?
Yeah.
They call it seasoned. So what I was saying is, I went into your couch cushion and I found this that says "goin with protein," and good nutrition starts with my plate. And I feel like this is a good luck charm for your.
There you go.
Oh,
You found that in that couch cushion just
Right
now,
here.
Darren. Where
that's
did
a
that come
sign,
from?
guys. I won.
It was
I won the
literally right after you
competition, guys. That's a sign. I take it.
Literally, as soon as you finished talking, I went like this for some reason. I was like, oh, look at that shit. And I pulled it out.
This is dope. This is dope, and it
Good
has
stuff.
fish and chicken on it,
Good
nuts,
stuff.
eggs. Oh,
Wow.
Is that what your diet's been like? Just protein,
yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
No carbs.
You're going
I have
lean.
had carbs, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not having carbs right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's depressing. We could change the topic.
No.
Back to fries?
Yep. No.
Back to
No.
fries.
Back
Wait,
to carbs.
A better question around that. Do you have a meal planned out? Because this is what my friend did. Do you have a meal planned out for as soon as you're done on stage?
Listen, although my coach, I hope she's not listening to this.
Coach, just pause this or fast forward.
She doesn't want me to go crazy, but I told her, I was like, listen, all I want is a nice, juicy burger.
Yeah.
Right, just one burger.
Yeah.
Just one burger.
Yeah.
I want the burger. I want the fries, and I want the fries to be loaded. I want sour cream. I want you to sprinkle it with bacon. I want
Not
it,
the. yes.
cheese
Sour
on
cream
it.
on a burger?
And the milkshake. I want. Oh my God, I want milkshake. Oreo milkshake, guys.
I love
get ready,
Oreo
guys.
milkshake.
You do.
That is the best flavor, girl.
Lord, that's
Tell
the
me-
only flavor.
tell me
That's
why-
the only flavor there should be.
Yo,
I went to Burger King
this is why
yesterday.
guys have
they
two
have
wives,
Twix
to keep
shakes.
each
I
other
don't know how you
busy.
feel
I
about
don't
that.
like Twix.
That's
I,
very
don't- I
true.
like Twix
Yeah.
the candy. I don't like the Twix pie. So I don't know how I feel about Twix shake.
I don't like chocolate and peanut butter together.
No, Twix is caramel,
What did I say?
peanut butter.
Close enough. So I don't even like. So I don't even like that.
I don't like
Chocolate
caramel
mixed
and
up
ice
anything.
cream.
You don't like caramel ice cream? I don't like caramel anything.
It took me
kinda.
6 times of getting it before I realized that was the problem. I kept thinking I didn't like that ice cream.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, you just don't like caramel ice cream.
No,
Stupid.
no. I very like basic when it comes to my ice cream.
I like Oreo ice cream, my favorite.
Yes.
Cookies and cream,
Yep.
actually. Yeah. When it comes to cheesecake, I like plain cheesecake with strawberry and whipped cream. Yes, girl.
Oh my God!
Yes!
Yes! All right, I'm about to lose you. But do you like rum raisin?
I've never tried it, actually.
Oh, you never tried it?
Yeah.
Well, should we go on a date?
Oh my God.
This is how it happens.
This is exactly how. Oh my God! So we're best friends now, and we text and call each
This
other
is
every morning.
exactly how it
See, but,
happens.
I don't have good faith in it because I like raisins. I don't like raisins in stuff.
So
You did say
neither
that.
do I. Like, have you ever had pastelito with raisin in it? Like,
Yeah, that's like confusing.
lasagna with
That's what
raisin?
Cuban
Like,
Revolution used to do.
You don't do that. You don't do
Yeah.
that. You don't put raisin.
Look
in
at
stuff.
Jen's face like,
You're
I
right.
don't
That's exactly
trust
how
this.
everybody feels, but they continue to do it. But anyways,
What
They-
was it?
they-
Was it meatloaf with raisins?
Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. They think the raisin gives a sweetness.
to
They-
balance out the
little-
saltiness,
yeah,
this
yeah.
ain't peanut butter and jelly.
Put that shit.
No. No.
Is that what it is? I just thought they needed to find a reason to keep making raisins.
Why are raisins a thing? That's
You don't have raisins as a snack?
no.
I think
I mean, I
I
do.
have to.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
little
if-
California
the little
raisins.
box, yeah.
I'll eat the raisins, but I
Yeah,
don't want
but
raisin
I-
brand.
Well, I don't.
You don't like raisin? I like it. With the like crunch version. It has,
Raisin Bran Crunch is delicious.
That's
good.
what I. Yeah.
But I wish it came without the raisins.
Oh.
So I
Does
get honey
Crunch-
bunches of oats
That was
instead.
just about to say that's my second favorite.
Honey bunches of oats is
cereal.
the shit.
Super
But no,
fire.
rum raisin ice cream is really good.
Room rum.
Yeah, it doesn't overdo it.
Vroom rum, really?
Yeah.
What? What's room rum?
Don't pay him no
Nothing,
mind there.
It's a reggae song.
So, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Um,
But yeah, steak fries gotta go.
Yes. Yeah. Wedges or steak fries for me too.
Okay, next question.
Next.
Sweet fried plantains, non-sweet fried plantains, yuca fries, or sweet potato fries.
Man, that's difficult.
I have to pick.
Pick one, gotta go.
One gotta go.
One
gotta
more
go.
time. One more time.
Yeah.
Lay it out for
Hold
me
on.
again.
Sweet fried plantains,
We got sweet. Okay.
tostones,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
sweet potato fries, and yuca fries.
All right. So sweet potato fries gotta go.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
like
hold.
sweet potato fries.
But that doesn't hold a candle to.
Get the non-sweet
Yeah, that didn't
out of
even-
here
yeah,
for me.
The tostones, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So
Yeah.
you said yuca,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet
sweet
plantains.
potato,
Yep.
and
I liked you at one
and sweet
point.
plantain.
And regular
Ruined
plantains.
Oh, plain plantain. Oh, I heard. I thought it was like Maduros, and I was like, I
Yeah,
knew
that's the
that
same
one.
thing. Sweet plantains.
Why do people not like plantains?
Oh no, I love plantain.
But you said
I like the sweet one better.
Because you're African.
I
We're
like
programmed
sweet
that way.
potatoes.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I like yuca. So the non-sweet one, man, you can go.
Are like Caribbean like the only ones that make the salty plantains?
I think so, because we boil the non-sweet plantains. Do you boil?
No.
Yeah, we boil it and eat it with stew. Or my mom might bake it sometimes if she just wants it with like peanuts.
I feel like I may have had
That's a
that once.
snack.
Cause like I remember when I was in Jamaica and I see plantains, I was like, yay, sweet plantains. But I was like, where's my salty plantains? I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because the sweet
No.
is enough. Like
Yeah, I
you-
just learned
you
that like
fry
literally
the
about
sweet and that's it.
4
Yeah.
years ago. I was like, oh, people do this. That's
Yeah.
Are
nice.
you serious?
Yeah, mostly
Yeah, I
the
like
sweet
I like
plantain.
sweet more.
Do you go to Gran Parada?
Oh yes. Yes.
You ever
I
get their
grew up on
tostones?
it. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that I was like, oh, they make it like made to order, like literally. So they like make it fresh. If you order it, it's always hot and fresh.
Yeah.
God
I
bless.
feel like Jen should have a spin-off podcast where she just talks about food.
I absolutely agree.
Jen and Scarlett.
Right.
Dun dun dun.
When I can actually eat,
That'd be kind of dope. That would be dope.
that would be nice.
I'll sponsor it.
It
Sponsor.
was
it.
sponsored like by
Speaking of, isn't DC having a food thing?
Oh shit! I got an order. Shout out to DC. What up, beloved?
Food on deck.
this Sunday. So, Com Scholar on Instagram. com_scholar. Get you. He's doing ribs, baby. You heard me. Ribs. And if you don't dig on swine, you can get some fish because he's doing the fish, fried fish as well. Com Scholar on Instagram. DC, what up, beloved? I'm putting my order in tonight.
It's the May food
Are you gonna pull
sale.
up the Instagram?
I'm pulling up
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
I need
Yeah.
I'm a
Isn't it
visual person. I gotta see.
com_scholar?
Yeah.
So the caption says, while Bim does whatever she's doing, with graduations right around the corner, we know cookout season is upon us. Who doesn't love ribs, fish, smack and cheese? That's smack and cheese, like you heard it. I didn't say it wrong. Potato salad and or candy yams. Exactly. LOL. Another fire fusion of African and Southern cuisine. 15 limited orders of each plate. Hit the order link in my bio for more sale information. Thank you, Food on Deck, African, Liberian, African cuisine. More hashtags, more hashtags. But like I said,
Wow.
15 plates per order. That's it. So if you haven't ordered already,
Yeah.
Bim,
I
get
know,
on
I
it.
know. He'll never leave me. He'll never leave me out the loop.
Oh,
ever.
so you're fancy. You're
Okay.
special.
That's my guy.
Out here.
That's
we-
such a tease.
Weird flex,
like,
but okay.
15 max. Like once he hits 15, that's it.
So I've been to his crib in preparation phase. He's super busy. Like he's even from the first order that he did maybe a year ago, right? Just about a year ago. He's like in the kitchen damn near all day.
Yeah.
Him and his
Putting-
sister, right?
Him and his sister, and anybody comes to help package up stuff. Yeah, he's busy.
Have you had his food?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we all
Oh
have
my
that.
god.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, and even before that, before he did the food sale, he had the crib like, hey Bim, want you to try something. So he'll do like some stew or some gravy, as they call it, and put that on cornbread.
I love corn.
And I'm like, okay. So I try it, and I'm like, God dang, like the perfect combination of the sweet and the salty with the little pepper. Oh man,
Yes, I can taste it.
And he understands what is it? Different the different palates. Yeah, different palates. Different food profiles, and he gets certain spices from Liberia directly. Like he bodies it.
What got him into food? If you know, I know.
He's been into it for a while. Like
We should have him on the show.
we should, huh?
That's
an
actually for
idea.
her
I'ma
edition,
hit
like for your remix, like food edition to.
Yeah, we gonna get DC on here. Yeah.
I think that would be dope.
Yeah, he's been talking about doing something like this for years.
Yes.
So he just finally got to a place where it's like, okay, let me do this once in a
Because
while.
I'm seeing this more on social media, on Instagram, people selling like plates and stuff. I was like, this is like a new wave. Like this is what people are doing now.
Yeah. If you think about it, the internet, and I mean, you're 25.
market, yeah.
It's come to where you have your own commerce, right? You don't need to be a millionaire. You don't need to rent a store to sell food, right? Granted, licensing, and that's for a reason, but if you do, something simple, you're not going crazy with it.
Show everybody my double airhead. Sorry.
That is kind of fancy. But you have your built-in fan base right there. So if you have 3,000, 4,000 followers that live locally, I'm making plates come through. All you need is like 50 people or something like that to come through and purchase, and you're in the black, right?
Yeah.
You're profiting. You don't need to make tons of money, but you're doing something you love. People are eating, and you're making
They
some
spread
bread.
the word,
keep
and
it up.
then an opportunity will come. Like, can you cater this event?
Right.
And then you get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Because he's done some catering gigs since
He
then.
has.
So you just start that, and it's easier. Even on Twitter, I see it. Hey, these are my plates. I'm an aspiring chef, and people will get like thousands of retweets off of that, and who knows how much business that generates.
I really wish he was here right now, because like one of the things, I have a lot of friends that go to Johnson Wales for culinary, and I say this, and I may sound very ignorant, and excuse me, but I just never understood why go to school to be a chef, or because then I see people that cook better than them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say name, but it was one of my sorority sisters. Yo, you can't cook. You can't cook.
Damn.
Whoa.
Boom.
But you know what it is though?
Yo, she went to school for this. I'm like, yo, don't teach me how to make rice. You're like,
Some
Whoa.
people are born
Not a
with
snicker.
it. Some people are born with it. Some people, like Floyd with boxing, I think he was born to box.
yeah.
Some people, whether they go to school for it or not, they just have it, baby. They just got it. And some people, they can get all the schooling in the world, and you just won't be at the level.
That's
some
with
other
everything,
folks.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Like-
thinking about art.
Yeah,
You know,
same
like,
thing with art.
Like even
yeah.
with you with science.
Yeah.
You know, from a little kid, you didn't have to really think about it. You know, you knew you wanted to know how things work. And there are some people who go to school and say, I want to be a chemist or whatever, and they fail every class.
Yeah.
There's nothing they can do about it. They just can't get it.
guys, I fail every class.
That's not true. That's not true. Don't do that. Don't do that.
My passion and willpower,
Actually.
like actually, reality is.
You know, which is why her graduation date keeps moving on.
I
I know
know
from
it hurt. It hurt.
I know from experience, girl. You know how long it took me to graduate? Trust me, I know. Oh, I know.
I'd be questioning. I was like, God, man, why did you make this like my passion if it's not working
Right.
out?
God's in heaven, like, I didn't tell you to do this.
I honestly, it was a prayer. I'm not gonna lie. It was like one specific prayer. I was like, I don't know if this is a sign for me to stop or you want to challenge me. Like,
God's like, I ain't even looking at you, man. I'm over here.
let me
God's
know
like,
if you're
you
making
picked
this
the
really
wrong
hard because you
one.
want me to stop,
Right.
or you're trying to build me for the next level because
my
at
God.
this I'm defeated.
I'm over
Like,
here
let me
dealing with
know.
the kids who
Listen,
don't want
I
to get
literally just got my
vaccinated,
diploma,
worried
like,
about you and your
last-
major.
When did I get my diploma, guys? It was like 3-4 months ago.
Pretty much.
Congratulations.
Like
Yeah,
it's
sometime last year. Yeah.
and it's still in the envelope.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what's in there.
Is there?
fine.
yeah. That's how I'm gonna feel when I walk on stage. Like, give me that shit. Give me
Word.
that. I should
God
have
ain't-
had that.
God ain't
Walk
worried
away.
about you.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, so people like pursue your stuff. You don't need schooling, or you don't need to go back to school for certain stuff.
Especially now.
Right.
It's where
Yes.
it's even more of a wave of college isn't necessarily answer
Right.
for anybody.
Yeah, it's becoming a bigger thing where it's like college is not for everybody, so don't force it for yourself.
And a lot of businesses are leaning more towards hiring people, even if you don't have education, if you
the
have the experience.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And it's funny, like a girl I work with, her oldest kid is like, I think 18 or so. And she was like, I don't want to go to college. I want to join the union.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, that's actually very smart.
Yes, it is.
Because she'll probably retire when she's like 40.
Yep.
Have all the benefits and be chilling.
Yeah.
Whereas her counterparts who go to college for 4, 5, 6, 10 years, got all these bills
Yeah.
and can't retire for shit.
Right.
So I feel like it's such a gamble of what you want to do, and like
Exactly.
also your upbringing, what kind of family, the mentality.
Yeah.
Just because like I hear you when you're like start, because my dad told me this. It's like, Scarlett, why are you gonna go to school for so many years? Like, go get an associate, like, you know, or build with a company, and you just like build up and build up. And it's just because of security. Like, you got that
Right.
job right there. Like, you know, once you're there, you're there. But then I had that pressure of like, without even realizing I had that pressure. If I didn't go to school, I was nobody. And there was no other way that I could be successful in life unless I went to school. Yes, like the major, what I want to do does require
Yes.
school. I just wish that I was where I am now mentally, where I don't need school to be successful at all.
Right. It's not the end all be all. Whereas
It's not.
when we started school, that was the end all.
Yeah.
Like
You
if
ain't nothing.
It was like, oh, you just stopped at high school, and now it's like, good for you. You
Yeah.
stopped at high school.
I was scared to be another
You, yeah.
disappointment.
I envy people who stopped at high school because I'm like,
They got an early jump. Yeah.
they really got an early jump. They
life
really did.
experience,
Yeah.
experience
But
in the field.
On the flip side of that, for those people who didn't, like I didn't finish college, and I would say my path, I didn't get on my path until much later in life. You know how many times I had to like sit here and like, damn, I gotta do my resume over if I want a better job, and to not be
that's
making
the
the
flip
money
side.
that I want versus somebody who getting a degree and they can make the money they want.
But see, here's the thing: there's people who went to school for what you do now,
Right.
who don't have a job where you in what you do. They're working in retail somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, true.
So
True.
So
So
many people have a
I-
degree.
friends that
Yeah.
do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I'm not
Even
using my degree.
managers-
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What was your degree in?
Yeah, huh?
What was your degree in? Sorry.
Electrical engineering.
I'm not using mine either.
Yeah, you are. No.
My degree was in communications.
It
I'm
is.
an analyst.
Yeah, but you know what's so crazy? I used to be very fearful of when I used to hear those type of stories, and I heard them a lot, like,
Yeah.
you know. And now I'm about to graduate, God willing, sooner than later. And I'm like, do I want to be a scientist?
And that's my thing. I'm like, do I even want to be an engineer? Like, I actually have my physical next tomorrow, and every year I go, and every year my doctor gets on me. She's like, but she doesn't really get on me, but she'll ask me. You know, I've been going to her forever. She was with me through college and all this and that. And she's always like, so you're not an engineer,
And you're like,
right? I'm like, you just hit me in the knees with the fucking thing so I can go. Like, I didn't pay
It works.
a
Go ahead.
copay
All
for
right.
that.
Come on.
I didn't come here for none of this. I'm not on a couch. I'm on a whatever
Right.
the fuck this is with the paper on it.
Right.
So, and then she'll be like, so one year she asked me, she's like, but do you even want to be? And that was the first time anyone had asked me that. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. And I think that was the problem. I was like, I'm not really drawn to it like I was when I first started. Because when I first started, it was more, I know I like numbers. I know I like science, but I don't like life science. So I don't want to do biology. And I know electrical engineering is cool because blah, 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 blah. It's not civil engineering, so I don't have to make bridges. That's a lot of pressure. It's not biomed because that's kind of like the biology thing. It's not ocean. You know, I picked this specific type of engineering, and then after going to school for those years, I'm like, one, I don't know what we do, and I don't feel like going to find out.
this is true. All right, so going back to when he asked me, he's like, oh, what do biochemists do? And I'm like, I just found out last year, and I don't want it. I'm going to be stuck in a lab forever.
Forever.
Interesting.
But it's like, you know, but everybody says if you get the degree, it opens up doors for other stuff.
Yes.
does.
So you're like, all right, cool.
I take that.
I'm going to finish it so that I have that. So if one day I decide I don't like what I'm doing, I still have that option.
Yeah.
My degree keeps me warm. I was
Right,
listening
at
the other day.
night.
So there's two things with this whole degree thing. It's like a safety blanket.
Definitely.
Safety.
Yeah.
Although now, and I feel like life should be more about taking risks. It's more exciting.
Sure enough.
But like
25.
as I got into like 20, it's my year. It's my year. It is. But honestly, as I'm getting I'm thinking about it. I was like, what do really scientists really do? And I don't want to do that. And it goes back to thinking, why did I choose this career? And it all goes like, well, you know, I pick all these kind of things that I'm interested in, I'm passionate in. I found a major that had at least 2 or 3 of those type of things incorporated into it. And boom, I'm a major in this.
Right.
So it's like, I'm creative. I like problem solving. I love asking questions. Who asks questions? Scientists. Oh shit.
That's
Put
it.
me in there.
And they make money.
Check. And they
Boom.
make money. And I'm not a disappointment to my family. The American dream, I'm
There you
fulfilling
go.
it.
Boom.
And as the oldest child, I was like, I'm making my family proud.
Boom.
Now I'm like, Mom, I want to be an actress.
I don't want to
be
do
a model.
anything having to do
I want to be
with
a model,
biochemistry.
mommy. She's like,
I'm
oh
pretty.
God,
Like,
oh God, right? I'm pretty, mom. But, oh my God, that's exactly what it is. I would never say that to my father.
Yeah.
I would never, because it's like, why did we come to this country for you to what now want to go into arts?
So wait. Do you feel like the pressure to go to school and choose this major came from your parents, maybe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, and let me say this very lightly, because I don't want this to be misunderstood. Like, oh, I'm a scientist because my parents want me to be.
Yeah.
Like, just like some kids are like, I'm a doctor because my dad's a doctor and I want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
No.
That's not it.
I had an interest for science, but goes back to the question, why did I want to do this in the first place? And I keep mentioning like my childhood dreams, because like a lot in therapy they always ask you about your childhood, and it's like a theme now, right? And it was just like, I really loved women's health. That's why I wanted to be a doctor. My mom got pregnant. I was like, what the hell's growing in there? And then me loving, I had trouble accepting me being a woman, because I felt like God like really didn't love me. I was like, why did you put me in this world as a girl and a woman of color? Like, wow.
Because we're the least protected.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah.
And
I
even
keep hearing that, especially with this whole abortion thing, but I'm sure we
But
get into
I
it.
understood this as a like age, like when I was able to understand this as a child, that I did not belong here. There was
Interesting.
something wrong. I was like, no. Even when I saw my mom's like the gender roles in my household and in my culture, I was like, oh, there's something wrong. I don't want this. I even thought that getting married was like a no. I was like, no, I don't want to be a housewife. But anyways, falling in love with women's health in the sense of like, oh my God, I get to like carry a child, and men don't get to do that. That's my superpower, and that's how I fell
Facts.
in love with being a woman and embracing in it, and I
Yeah,
felt
we're
empowered
wrong.
by it.
We're trash.
So
This
then
is
it
dope.
went
We
to
are
this.
It's funny. We had a
trash.
conversation today earlier about how men are trash, but continue.
But you guys are not that bad.
And you didn't
No,
even see the video
they
I
are.
sent.
They are.
Come back at 26, you'll be like, yeah, they're trash.
26. All right, I'm gonna live 25 though.
Yeah. 25 is
So
great.
then
But 26
from
you're like,
there,
nah.
it went to like, oh my God, I want to be an activist for women's health. All right, how do I do that? I need to be a doctor. I was like, all right, when then Serena Williams and her story about her giving birth and her feeling like she was about to die, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to be the voice, and I am of color, and I'm in this field, and I need to be the representation. I am the chosen one. Oh crap, the pressure.
Soy yo.
It's me. Mommy, it's
Dope.
me.
Dope.
But so then I'm thinking about all these things that I'm passionate about. But then me being stuck in the lab is not where I am supposed to be. My
Exactly.
purpose is not going to be completed being in a freaking lab. It's
I don't
not.
want to be able to oscilloscope measuring.
How do I tell my professor that, and if you're hearing this, yo, professor, I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you. But then we think about schooling. Right after I'm done with my undergrad, which also almost nearly killed me. I'm alive.
And everybody goes, you're going to get your master's, right?
You gotta get your master's. Oh no! But now master's ain't even worth a lot. You gotta get your PhD. Oh, that's like 5 years. Where's my? All right,
That's
I'm
your life.
25. Add 5 or 7 plus.
Right.
When do I start dating?
When do you start living?
It's hard for me to date now.
Right.
I was gonna ask if you were involved at all.
No, because it's always like, oh no, you too busy for me, ma.
And that's the other thing. Because
Wow.
when you said you were doing biochemistry, I remember there was one girl we met in URI. I don't know if you know her, but she knew from jump. She knew she wanted to go to school, and I think she majored in chemical engineering because she wanted to work for Always making maxi pads and tampons. She knew that very specifically.
God
That's
bless.
that's what she wanted to do. From the time she started college, she went to URI, she got her degree, and as far as I know, she fulfilled that goal and she did it.
That's great.
And that's the only person I know who had a very specific goal from the beginning and made it happen. Everyone else is
That's
like,
rare.
you pick a major because you pick a major. Like me, I knew I wanted to go to URI. And everybody else was like, you can't go to URI because you can get into school anywhere, blah, blah, blah. You have really good grades, blah, 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 blah. So I applied to 4 schools just to shut people up. But I knew where I wanted to go. So each school, I put a different major on my application. Because I had different interests. I knew I wanted to be an accountant for a long time. From like middle school. I specifically was like, I want to be an accountant.
You go with numbers.
Yeah. So when I applied to Bryant, I put accounting on there. FAMU, I think I put psychology.
Ooh.
URI, I put engineering, but I didn't put what type of engineering. And they have a group on campus called Society of Women Engineers. It's not just URI, but so it's called SWEEP. And they had a summertime. It was like a 3 or 4 day camp where we went and we did different labs and different type of engineering. That's how I landed in electrical. So URI, I put engineering, and then UMass, I forgot what I put.
Yeah.
So it was basically my degree is gonna be based on whichever school I chose. And that's just,
That's interesting.
It was just like it was literally
a
picking
gamble.
out of a hat.
Wait, hold on.
I know.
So if I went to Bryant, I would have been in a comment.
So, Bim, how was your college?
I see what happened, Darren, right? I applied late. I sent stuff real late. I accepted the one in Connecticut. It was too expensive. And I took too long to apply to URI. And they wanted to charge me a lot. So I went to CCRI for a year.
Which is
Then
the
I went
smartest
to
way.
URI.
Now, as an adult, we know Bim made the right choice.
Because I didn't have any tuition.
But as 18-year-olds, we're like, CCRI, all right.
Yeah.
But it's really taking your 2 years and get your associates in your community college and saving all that money is the best way if you're gonna go to do it.
Yeah.
Because undergraduate credits are the same.
Would if you guys could go back with what you guys know now, would you go to college?
Nope.
No.
Because I don't. So when people look at my resume, it's all the experience that I've had so far that they like. And so I went under. I took communications because I wanted to do something in radio or broadcasting, right?
Please like this.
Finally.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that's why you took
Oh yeah, that's why.
communications.
So I went, got my degree, and then I got out and I'm applying. So radio station, television station, all that stuff. I'm like, and they're saying experience. I'm like, oh shit, how much? I need money, dog. I can't be an intern. So then I worked at Cox, and now I'm an analyst because of that. But if I wouldn't have gone to college, like kind of what Nate did,
Yeah.
he went intern for a radio station,
Yep.
got some on-air time, and now he's a DJ and known for a radio station they did in Carolina, right?
Carolina and up here.
And up here. So if I would have just went down that path, got more knowledge, and said, okay, I'm going to have
would've
to
got
bust
the
my ass and do an intern, the years of experience, those 4 years of experience, would have trumped a communications degree
Or
where I
even-
still needed
Yeah.
intern time.
Or even if at your time at URI, because they don't really tell us what the steps are
Right.
until afterwards.
Right.
Because you could have at URI been on
WRRU.
WRIU.
Yeah.
Because I know people who went to URI and were on the radio station as DJs and have moved on and done similar careers as Nate, working in radio in different states and going up and down the Eastern Seaboard. You know what I mean? We have those things at our disposal and we don't even use them.
Yeah.
All right, do you feel like we're not aggressive enough?
I think we're not informed enough.
Yeah, because in high school, I don't know if it was the same experience for you. Yeah, it's a guidance counselor. They're not too helpful.
And
Oh,
you
I
know
have
the
a
sad
story
thing
for
is?
that.
Yeah.
I have a whole
The
story.
sad thing is we actually had a big upper hand at our high school. I'll tell you
Wow.
about that
Where you guys
after.
go?
Compared to
You can
other
tell-
folks.
Yeah, you can tell your story and then I'll tell you how I
Well,
know.
my guidance counselor. So remember, I like, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor. Woohoo! I was in ESL classes or like reading classes, and I could never pass them. I was always in these reading classes, and I was like, I must be stupid. And people would like bully me and make fun of it. Like, you know, like it wasn't like a bad bully, like oh, punch me in my face.
But
It was
still.
like, you know,
Yeah.
little jokes. I was like, ha ha.
What school was this?
Cranston East.
Cranston East, huh?
Yes.
That,
So
I can see that.
you could see, that, right? Yeah, okay.
No, not you. I'm saying I can see them making fun of
Yeah.
That environment.
Yeah.
So I remember going to her office. I was like, I don't know what I need to do, but I need to get out of these classes because if I get out of these classes, I could take actual
Breathing?
like English classes that I need to take because I want to go into a 4-year college. You were sleeping?
No, he breathes hard, heavy on the mic, and then people will comment.
And people like Kay, they'd be like, yo, Darren breathes mad heavy.
Yo, they be peeling on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yo, why Darren always breathing mad
Yeah.
heavy on the mic?
Yo, that was earlier. I thought you were sleeping. You were actually still watching the movie. I was like, oh. All right. So, long story short, my guidance counselor told me to go to CCRI, that I wouldn't get accepted to a 4-year college. So she
Wow.
didn't look at me directly in my face like, you're not going to get accepted to a 4-year college. She's like, you have a higher chance of getting accepted to CCRI. And there's been doctors that go to a community college and then, advance to it. And I was like, but that's not what I want. So it goes to back being aggressive and knowing what you want. I was like,
Right.
but that's not what I want. Listen, my goal was to get out of these freaking reading class. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
So my guidance
small
counselor could
steps.
kiss my ass. Very passionate about it.
Go
Ooh.
to college where they don't read.
Ooh.
Because, and I think I'm pretty sure it was one of our very close friends. When I worked at Burger King. I had a very long Burger King career. I don't know if you know
Queen.
this.
I worked
Burger
at
Queen.
Mm.
Did you really? Which one?
Post Road right here.
Oh, really?
Ah.
That was my first job.
I was in Smithfield Ave.
Yes, you were.
That's my first job as well.
Yeah.
It builds character, I think, working at Burger
It
King.
really builds
I tell people that
character.
all the time.
How
I'm
many times I
Fast
cried in
food,
the
period.
freezer.
Oh my
And I got
God.
caught because then like my tears
The
froze.
freeze?
And then she was like, it was like, were you crying? I was like, no, I
No.
wasn't crying. No. It's like, you guys, and I was like,
like I work for a sneaker store now, but
yeah.
when we'd have to hire for my store. If somebody came in and said they worked at Burger King, I was more inclined to hire them than somebody who worked at Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Because
Work ethic.
I know you have a different type of work ethic and you went through a different type of training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those jobs, fast food, they bully you.
Right.
Customers, I got called stupid by a customer. It was like,
You ever make a Whopper wrong?
Who?
You ever make a Whopper wrong?
I was too pretty to be in the back.
Oh, they kept me in the back for mad
So
long.
you ain't had to be on the line. You ain't had to cook. You ain't get that fry grease on your face.
You was always in the drive-through.
But I was a beast. I would do
I was a
both
beast
at
too.
the same time. I
In
could
the
take
front
2
counter?
orders at the same time. I was good.
Yes.
I was good. Actually,
Darren was like, this thing is so many turns.
this is so bad. It was at Burger King that I actually found out that I was dyslexic.
Oh, shit.
Customers are rude. It was like, I kept
dyslexic
saying,
people are mad smart.
I know, look at me.
No, for real. No, for real. A lot of successful people.
It's
do
very
that.
creative. Yeah, it was customers like I kept reading the numbers like it was the change backwards, and then one rude ass customer, he was done with me every day. You dyslexic?
Maybe.
It was like drive through. I remember looking at my boss like, no sir.
Would you like cheese on that?
Oh my god! All right. Redirect.
Wait, no,
Oh,
wait.
Jack, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, we used to work together, and the topic came up because I was a couple years older than her, and I was saying to her like, "You've got to take your PSATs or your SATs and apply to colleges now because blah blah blah." And she was like, in her school, the guidance counselors didn't even tell them any of that.
Wow.
They just kind of basically was on the assumption that these kids at her school weren't going to college.
Oh shit.
Because you know what? Like at our school, they made us take not only just the SATs, but the PSATs.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that most kids do.
Oh boy, that's true. Wow.
And the PSATs is how I got my scholarship to FAMU. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal. You can't just skip the PSATs. But a lot of kids out here are.
I forgot, yeah, because obviously we went to the best high school in Rhode Island. So, like, I forgot that our treatment was different.
Which is crazy if you think about it now.
High school again?
Classical.
Classical. I must say though, besides my guidance counselor, Cranstonese was amazing.
Was it really?
I enjoyed my time. Why did you say was it really?
Oh no, I never heard. I don't think I know anybody
anyone-
that went to Cranston
Yeah,
East.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Really?
about the
That
school.
really no?
I don't think so.
My wife went to Cranston East.
Did she?
Yeah.
What was her experience?
As far as I know,
Where's an ant? Oh,
Let's roll over it with your chair.
Oh, it's ant season. Yeah, I
is.
saw one
yeah,
of
they
the
over
just
my
be
house
out
yesterday.
here and
Yeah.
taking over my house. I gotta
kill
spray.
it.
Yeah, I got to do the spray.
It'll kill you first.
So I think it's a good time to switch topics. For
Yeah,
to
while
jump
they're
on
not
this,
paying
yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Kill it,
I
Scarlett.
think you got it. That's a total
you got
way for
anything?
an ant to go, by the
I
way.
got a bunch.
Yeah. I only have
I
like
didn't
Oh,
one.
so sometimes, Scarlett, we talk about topics. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Today we've gone a long time without a topic. That's
sorry
good.
guys.
So
it's good.
remember when we had Hot in Our Eye here?
We gotta have them back. We have to have Franchise and Boom back.
Yes.
And we gotta have Mary Gibson come.
Yes.
Who's that? Oh, yeah. Also from the- yes.
I'm actually gonna try to reach out to her in, like next month.
Yeah. Oh,
next
this summer should be good with guests.
Yes.
Actually, that'd be kind of tight.
Yes.
So, and we were talking about Demetrius Andre, Boo Boo, the boxer. So, they announced today, because I had mentioned, remember when I mentioned it'd be dope if he could bring a fight to Rhode Island. His next fight,
Dunk?
June 29th, will be at the Dunk.
Hey, we had the inside scoop on that.
Yes.
Yay.
So, pre-release, whatever sales went on sale today, but you can buy
Pre-sale.
them pre-sale. Thank you. Next week, Tuesday, I believe you can grab tickets, Ticketmaster or at the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Did you check the prices?
Starting at $25.
That's not
great.
bad.
Yeah, so I'm in there.
Yeah.
A
so
professional
Let me know when
boxing
you.
fight
Let me know when
here.
you. I can just send you money and you can buy my ticket with yours. I want
I
to
got
go.
you. Darren, I can hear that, yo. I'm sorry.
Definitely
say?
going.
No, he's playing with the thing.
I'm just gonna leave, guys.
Don't leave.
You guys
Stay.
got
Darren, you live here. You can't leave.
I can.
Yeah, so tickets go on sale next week. Professional boxing is here in Rhode Island. Do not, people, please, Jen, remember you talking about this cool stuff to do here?
Yeah.
This is the first time, at least that I know of, that a professional boxer who's like headlining the event is having it at the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Yes.
Grab tickets, even if you're not a huge boxing fan, if you're casual, go. The environment, the atmosphere will get you. It's
Yeah.
not some Twin River stuff, not to knock Twin
Is it
River,
June
but it's
29th?
different. June 29th.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
I'm here for
so
it.
hyped. Yeah, that's the week
Actually
after
got me
Miami.
excited.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Oh, I probably can't go.
Why not?
The wife
You
will
got a
be
gig?
gone.
Huh?
The wife will be gone.
June 29th.
Oh, and I'm DJing the 29th.
Oh, you too busy. Sorry.
I'll be there.
It's cancer season. We know how Darren gets because he has the cancer. He has the cancer.
Wait, what?
Nothing, Scarlett. Just...
Oh yeah, so I thought that was pretty dope. I got
That is
super
super
excited
dope.
about that. Yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah. So I'll let you know when I'm getting my tickets.
Good stuff.
you.
I sent you guys a link earlier.
I didn't get to watch it.
I know you didn't.
You don't need to watch it.
You don't.
Okay,
Because
good.
just the headline itself is amazing.
Oh, let me look at the.
Not
headline.
even amazing. It's just I don't know.
Let me go with
I don't
this
even know. It's not. It's
agenda.
not amazing. Just let's take that out your mind because you're gonna be mad when you see it. But apparently, this man has twin baby mamas
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
pregnant at the same time.
At the
That's
same
not, he's
damn
not the
time.
first. First of all,
I know he ain't the first.
that's the thing that pissed me off.
Oh,
Everybody's
here we
acting like
go.
he's a pioneer.
No.
How you knew about it?
Yeah, you ain't a pioneer. This shit. You ain't Jay Z.
Wait, where you seeing that?
Drink Cristal, when they call it Cristal.
Where you seeing that though?
Every on the Instagram, he had the two twin bitches
I know, but where you seeing it before?
on the internet and on Maury. You don't watch Maury?
So, Maury, one dude not twins up
How do they do
at the same time?
I don't know about knocking twins up, but
Yeah,
knocking,
they twins.
They twins. They
I know. I
twins.
mean, I heard it. I mean, I believe it. I understand it.
But like, how do you bag the
twins.
So he
I
was-
feel like bagging twins is
I think
easier.
he
than
had
bagging
one.
two different
Really?
chicks.
They didn't really get into it in the video.
Really?
they touched on it briefly. He was with one.
Unlike him.
He was with one.
This one right here.
Met the sister. Got to know the sister. The sister started to hang around more, and then
Bang.
he
Bang.
cheated on his
Did he
girlfriend
cheat on
with
his
his
girlfriend,
twin
or
sister.
did they just?
No, he cheated.
Oh, now
And
and they've chosen to make it into a polyamorous relationship.
Well,
Well,
no.
so no, they
No.
they
Okay.
mentioned in the clip, and it's like it's a teaser. I can't wait till the full thing comes out.
Yeah, it's yum, yum, yum. Two girls both on either side of him,
yeah.
and they're like, "So, do you forgive her?" And she's like, "Nah." And then the other one is like, "Nah." Like,
Oh, because
yeah.
so it's not like Sister Wives.
no,
Because Sister Wives is a real show.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know,
yeah.
no, they did not willingly do this.
No, no.
and this
It's
guy's
him,
in,
yeah.
this guy in the
the
middle,
chances of also like getting them both knocked up. That's like
Right.
the iron. You know?
Everybody irresponsible.
right?
I feel like they had a threesome.
No.
Because
No.
that's why when you said twins are easier, I was like, if
It
you
even-
referring to threesomes, I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, I
that's
can
what I
see
was
why.
thinking.
It even
like,
looks like one is further along than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just, I'm looking at it, I'm like, like when do you stop? When do you stop? Like
When
why?
does who stop?
So then
The
that's,
guy.
oh, this sounds really wrong. What I'm
Yeah,
about to
go ahead,
say.
go ahead, say it.
Oh God,
Say it.
that's why abortion can't be banned because like, shit.
Preach.
If you
Somebody
got to
get rid of that shit.
guys,
I mean,
Tell me.
first off, I'm not.
Jen got both of y'all pregnant.
I know that's right.
Now what you doing?
Out here swinging my noodle around.
What you doing now?
Okay, so first of all, as guys, I
can't
look at
get an
Bim like, Bim,
abortion.
you pregnant too? Yeah. All right, I guess we pregnant, bros.
By the same girl.
Like
No.
Usher and R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can't speak on that. We can't speak on it.
In a situation like that, that's why I feel highly am pro-choice, and I respect every woman's choice.
Word.
But if I was in that situation, I'm like, sis, so are we going together?
We flipping a coin for who's
Right,
keeping it. Something. Like,
So who's
nah,
keeping
I
this? Because
mean,
I ain't keeping this.
something. We can't have sister.
How do I explain this to the
sibling
child?
cousins?
Why not?
And child support.
Oh. And birthday parties?
No.
It's,
Lit.
They're literally sibling cousins.
It's lit.
Sibling cousin?
The first of their kind.
First of their kind.
Yes,
Either
sibling
we're
cousins.
making money out of this and want to be the new Kardashians, or we aborting this because I don't
Because
see no
they're gonna
business
Throw down
coming out
Kings
of
of
this.
Storm's End.
Because if they have two boys, they're brothers and they're also cousins. So they're sibling cousins.
Turn up.
Are they, bro?
They're brothers because they both have the same dad.
Yeah.
But then their moms. He's so slow.
My man. Oh snap.
It took me a minute to get it.
I saw.
Ah,
But then their
you
moms
saw
are
the light
sisters,
bulb
so they're
go off?
aunties. So their moms are aunties, so they're cousins.
Yeah.
Show enough.
Uh-uh.
First of their kind.
Shit's wild. I'm sure they're
that
not the
is
first of their
that is
kind.
wild. I'm pretty sure they're not. But this
still,
guy is choosing to make a spectacle of himself.
he's proud of himself.
He's damn proud of himself. If you see the video,
Really?
he's there in the middle, just
Now wait till the next chick he knocked up just pops up out of nowhere. Like, oh, I got one too. Yeah.
And she's an idiot then.
Yeah. Come on now. I mean, it's people manipulate. You probably lie. I ain't know.
Well,
I ain't with
that's that
nobody
too.
or that shit. I mean, so.
All right, cool. But then you found out and you're
Yeah.
still within the first 3 months. What do you do?
oh,
Oh, this is wow.
Yeah, I'll never understand. Like I learned, I'm 35,
Aw.
and for the rest of my life, I will always understand women. They're gonna let them do what they want. I will never tell a woman what to do with anything, even if it's something of mine. Oh, you need it? Fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you use
All
my
right,
razor
it's
to
all right.
shave
Oh
the
my
cat.
God,
That's fine.
babe.
It's
Yo,
fine.
you guys
No,
have the best
you got it.
razors.
That's fine.
The best razor for guys.
Yo,
I never tried
ugh.
You never tried a men
So
razor?
upsetting.
Try that on your
So
kitty.
upset when I go to my
Yeah.
and I see
because it has
different
to
color
be
hair.
sensitive enough for their face.
Not
Yeah, I
mine.
think that's what it is.
So
I don't know if it's like extra
get
blade.
it.
Whatever.
I don't know
Whatever.
what it is.
she said, I don't know if it's
but
the extra bleed.
It just be doing it.
I've heard that though, that the
I don't know
men's
what it
razors is
is.
better.
It
Yeah.
is better. It is
yeah, because
better.
if it's sensitive enough for your face, then it has to be sensitive for my
All right.
Yeah.
So
my round.
So now when I go use my, I gotta think this was
Smell it
down here.
first.
Yeah, Bim. Yeah, Bim. All
That
right,
would be happening in your house.
own it.
Tell us more.
Right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It shouldn't smell though. Even if it smells, the razor shouldn't smell
Right?
because it doesn't belong down where
Hey,
things would
hey.
smell.
Hey, Bim. Hey.
Oh,
It's on the
no.
surface.
I don't know.
If it's hairy down there, you got a bigger problem.
Oh, Christ.
Oh my God, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just wanted
Imagine
to bring up this
Imagine it was hairy
situation.
on the inside,
chill out.
in
chill out.
your vulva,
Chill out.
like
Yeah.
if it was hairy all around, just
Stop,
like the lip.
stop.
like a little
don't
vagina,
like hair?
vagina beard.
We already have a hard enough time. Don't
You
add
guys don't like
images.
hair on.
Oh, that's a good
Oh
question.
no, we older.
What do you like?
I'm
Like?
an '80s baby. Hair on the
Yeah,
exterior is fine.
I
Because
love
this
hair.
is like a confusing question. Like I want to just ask my doctor, like, hey, so what's up? Like, what's up? Like,
What's the acceptable range?
yeah, like
So here's
hair,
the
no
thing.
hair. Why
Hey,
are people
break it down,
grossed out
Bim.
about hair?
Break it down, brother Bim. Go
Here's the
ahead.
thing,
Break it
right?
down, brother Bim.
If
That's a good episode.
for strictly sexual purposes, not oral.
You
Hair
said
no
exception.
no for sexual purposes.
Yeah.
Dick to vagina.
Bang,
Okay.
traditional,
Yes.
whatevs. Hair, no hair, landing strip,
It don't get in
whatever
the
you
way.
want.
It
It
don't
don't
matter.
matter. Now, if you're going down for the feast,
Yeah.
it gets in the way. If I don't have a machete, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
You split the lips open.
Duh.
But you see, because y'all ain't. Sometimes you get a little
Yeah.
interference.
Okay, so
Yeah, like
Ain't gonna
hair.
get-
All right, so
Yeah.
and then you keep going.
you just gotta
yeah.
you just
So
gotta
how
wipe
about
it on
when
the
girls?
thigh.
I don't know if that ever happened to you. Get
Yeah.
like freaking hair from their
Right.
freaking
Yeah,
balls
balls.
And
stuck
then-
in between your teeth.
Then you tell your partner, "Hey, do you mind shaving?"
No, you continue.
Oh no! In the
And
moment you
continue.
continue, and then when you're done with the rag and you wiping yourself off. Hey, by the way, you just
Really?
mention it.
Nah.
Say, hey.
I've never-
And
nah.
me, no, I don't have it. I don't mind the hair at all down there.
No,
Going
I don't
for the
mind
feast.
it.
That's right, dreadlocks. Tell him.
But
I mean,
either way, it's going down. Ain't nothing stopping me.
right.
I'm-
If I get
I'm
hair in
cool.
my mouth, I just put on the thigh. And, okay, keep
But
going.
I don't
Like a-
know.
like a
I'd be
kitty
just
cat.
Right.
confused and stuck on like, is it your preference or is it mine? Because it's my body. So
Whatever you wanna
therefore,
do.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like you telling me basically like Scarlett, I like when your hair is straightened, but my hair is naturally puffy.
Right.
So like it's like you telling me like shave your vulva, but I'm like, but it naturally grows and I like it.
You get to do whatever you want.
I mean, I
As a
pick and
woman.
choose.
It's
I
pretty
go
much.
through my seasons.
You're right because if they
literally-
tell
I
us
go-
I don't
I
like
literally
it down
season
there,
them.
we have to go. Oh,
If you tell us
man.
we're doing whatever you want,
Yeah,
but if you
pretty
say
much.
I want the afro, I keep the afro, man.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it too.
Me too.
Like to talk
Talk my way out some pussy. Right.
you talk to me.
Like, I think around 25, I learned.
Oh, tell me about 25 now that I just entered.
Because you know, as a younger woman, you're always worried about, oh, I'm supposed to be with a guy. I got to shape my legs.
Yeah.
At 25, you're like, ain't no straight dude
No.
Nope.
gonna turn all this down
Because you didn't shave your
over
legs.
a couple of pricklies on my goddamn calf.
And if he does, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Or don't fuck
They
him.
ain't
I
doing-
don't-
yeah.
I don't fuck 'em.
Then somebody else is ready.
Right.
Yeah.
Move to the side,
Right.
weirdo. Because this ain't what it's about.
Yeah, dude ain't stopping for that. Nope.
So
Yeah, I never had somebody stop me because my hair was
that's
hairy.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Word.
They ain't gonna
How
stop
we
you.
get there?
They're not
How
gonna
did
stop
we
you
get into
for your
hair?
hair
Oh, I
on
think
your
I did that.
legs or your hair
It's
on your
okay.
vagina or the
Let
curly
it
hair on your
happen.
beautiful head. They're not gonna stop you for any of your hair.
No.
No.
If you grow a goatee, they
We're
might
not-
stop there.
We're not gonna talk our way out of some pussy. So pretty much how that goes.
Good talk,
guys.
You guys know how
Do you guys,
painful it is to wax too?
I've never
How
done it.
expensive it
Don't
is
do that
too?
shit.
I've never done the waxing. I can't.
$50 and that's just painful.
I can't. But I've
So-
heard girls say that once you get it waxed and once you get over the pain, that it
Yeah,
helps
whatever.
sexually stimulate. I don't.
Wait, what?
I've heard
Go
chicks
back.
say that.
Go back.
I've
go
heard chicks
back.
say that sex is more satisfying when you're waxed. I don't
when you're
believe
waxed,
that.
my clitoris is inside my lip,
Thank
not
you.
outside.
Where are we going?
Is that the first time that word was used
I
on the
think
pod?
so.
I think so. I I personally don't think. Oh,
Just like,
I personally don't see how that could really do anything for me sexually. I haven't waxed, like I said, but I've heard people say that.
well, not that I have a clitoris or anything. I'm not gonna jump in this way, but I will say after I groom down there, I feel like more
Sexy.
airy.
You feel sexy.
And I feel like when I'm putting it down, it's like, this is refreshing.
I think it's more of a mental thing. You feel more confident in your body.
When I'm
baby.
feeling down,
Yes,
that's the first
yes.
thing I do.
When you what?
Jerk off?
No,
Wait, what?
no. When I'm feeling down, that's what I do. I'm like,
Shave
I'm not
up?
feeling like myself. Then I just stand there, like, let's go tackle the world.
that's
I
what
feel,
it
like, I feel like for a guy, it probably makes your thing look bigger once you shave the
course.
afro.
I didn't want to say that.
Absolutely.
I was like, is that true?
Absolutely.
Is that true now?
And I'm sure women appreciate it because now the air is flowing.
I feel like I don't like hair only because it traps odor.
yes.
I was
That too.
thinking in moisture and then,
Yeah.
like, being in your pants for too long.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you go to the gym and you do all this other shit.
Oh, God.
So that for me is the reason why to get rid of hair, but not because of how it looks.
Yeah. I could care less about hair. If I want it, I'm going to get it, regardless of the hair there.
Basic.
Must be nice to be a woman, right?
Whatever you
if
want.
I want it, I can get it.
Yes, queen. Yes, queen.
Right.
Fight us.
Guys. But yeah, I think people should just be more accepting of like all the different ways that hair and vaginas look like. You
Of
know?
course.
And
No
what-
guy's stopping. No guy's stopping.
Not a straight guy, like I said.
Unless if I'm in Alabama,
Alabama.
because those people down there, let me tell you,
Yeah? Tell us.
I don't know what they did. I don't know what they doing down there in that part of the country. That's not how we do it down here in Alabama.
What happened to Darren?
I don't know.
Jen just
I apologize. But we're talking about obviously the outrage and uproar.
Outrage, huh?
Outrage. I meant
Did he say
rage.
outrage?
I meant to say uproar and rage.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant.
Yeah, okay.
Outrage. You meant outrage.
Outrage. There you
Outrage.
go.
Wait, but what did you
Thanks.
say?
Outrage. English,
combination
first
of
language.
uproar and
No,
outrage.
guys, I'm stuck. I'm with him right now. I need you guys to break it down.
There's uproar and there's outrage. He put them together. It's
Oh,
outrage.
I understand.
A fusion.
Outrage and
of words.
outrage.
It was a nice-
Outrage. Anyways, that's how it's crossed. You see?
I like it.
Rawr. Outroar.
But yes, they have voted against being able to choose abortion. Correct?
Right, and any
That's
doctor
exactly.
that
That does
performs it would get 99 years.
90, I thought it was 10. 90.
I thought it was 10
depends.
for the
It was 10
doctors
for the
and
doctors.
90 for the women.
Oh, I
No.
thought the doctors was
It
90.
depends on what type of abortion or something. There was one where it was like, I think it was if you attempt an abortion, it's up to 10 years. But if you actually perform it, it's up to
There
99
you go.
years.
So
There
let
you
me I saw something on like Facebook and I could be totally wrong because I haven't Googled it or had my right citations, proper.
Breathing.
But then
Stop breathing.
if a woman gets raped and
Right.
conceives a child, she is not able to put him on child support. Is that true? Do we know about this? I need to look this up.
Well, if the rapist isn't around, like you can't.
Because you
But
can't
then
get him to
he
sign
has
the birth
rights to
certificate.
visit. Like, let's say he has rights to see the child though.
That's
Because
crazy. A
Yeah.
lot of this shit needs to be scrubbed.
So
and
think about
rewritten.
that.
That's insane.
That's so crazy.
Th-
I never
a lot
thought
of this
about
does
that.
not make sense.
Like because
Somebody
he-
raping you and then being like,
so that
"Yeah,
he
but I
could
get
take
see
me
my
to
kid."
court and it's like that's my child. I want.
I want
I am
visitation.
a changed man.
That's
I was
crazy.
drunk.
Even if they don't say they're a changed man, I deserve visitation. So now, basically, from them being court ordered to be able to see their kid once
Yes.
a week,
And the law would protect that.
that
and
means they
allow
get to
for
see
it.
you once a week. So now you're
Wow.
getting traumatized every week seeing this asshole.
Think about it.
That's why I have a problem with justice system and law and all that. There's so many laws that just don't make sense. And as you read it, why can't they say, hey, fam, come here real quick.
Emergency meeting.
Hey, this is stupid, right? Can we just change this shit?
Yeah.
But you have how many people voted on that in Alabama?
A lot.
20-something old white guys.
So you have
yeah.
all those people that are like, no, this is fine. This
Because they were
stays.
all
But
the
there's an
same.
agenda. Yeah, there's an agenda.
They're
The
all
good
same
thing is
guy.
that they're gonna die soon. So
Oh, not all of
we're
them.
gonna
There's-
get a fresh new.
And the problem, though, is when they die, they
It's just more
already
people like
know
them.
who is
They
right
have
up in
those
there.
fresh dudes that are coming up behind them. Pause.
Yeah.
are people that have the same like mind as them.
Yeah.
So
I
It's
was just trying
unfortunate.
to see the positive side, but there's no positive side. Okay, there's nothing to lighten
It's
this up.
unless like when you have people are naturally in most cases going to look at their own self-interest. When you add money to the equation, it gets even worse, right? Because You got big pharma and you got oil companies. All these people have interests. So those interests are protected by a political party being present. So how do you keep that? By legislation and laws that are in the favor of your supporters, your voters, and you just lean in heavy on that. You lean in heavy on the coal. You leave it heavy on the abortion. Yes, take a stand. So you keep that power in Senate to make all these decisions. And then while you're in there making those decisions, they're probably making some other shit that we don't like. While we're distracted with this, they're probably settling some other shit around coal and not using clean air and different things.
Batman is American?
Say it again now.
Batman is American?
Nah.
No.
America is Batman.
Oh.
We are Batman.
Oh.
For sure.
Word.
Oh.
Word.
That's deep.
I also, when it comes to this whole abortion thing,
I'm sorry.
when it comes to this whole abortion situation, not that I dislike that we automatically jump and I naturally do it to like rape victims.
Right.
How about just overall?
Yeah, if you just don't want to have a child.
Like, let's say you just, and you're in your career
Yeah.
and you just got pregnant. Am I supposed to stop this now?
What if
You're not in your career?
yeah.
You just don't want
Yeah.
to do it.
What if
want
honestly you
to.
feel like you can't
There's a lot of
afford
things that
or
people just
deal with
don't
the child?
want to do.
Yeah, you can't.
When I was in Argentina, they were having like a whole they can't have abortions. But I guess also different country and their religion, how strong they are. They're very Catholic there. They were having protests, and a lot of people there were so against abortion.
And it's okay.
And
See,
I was scared. I was like, if I just happened, thank God I was American, because like, let's say my life was to change and I was in Argentina, my life would have been different.
right. And here's the thing. I personally have always said I would never have an abortion.
Yeah.
Because my mom she always just asked me, if you ever get pregnant, just don't do that. It's like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally would never want to have one. But I still 100,000% believe that people still should have the choice to choose. I had the opportunity to choose
Yes.
this stance. And somebody else might have a different reason for wanting to do it.
It's giving me the opportunity. You got to choose to keep. Give me the opportunity
To do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
And I have
we can live our
friends who
best
have
life.
done it, and they all had their reasons for doing it. And cool, we're still friends. When cool,
And we don't live in a society where I could pop this child and be like, yours, here, you have the child because I don't want to be a mother.
right?
So that's another
That's
thing.
your baby.
And guys, how do you guys feel about it? And if you've been in this situation, you don't have to say, but sorry.
I love being honest on this podcast. So I might depending on the question, I might be honest. Yeah.
When the person you were with conceived, she's pregnant, and you want to be a father, but she doesn't want to be a mother. So she wants to have the abortion, but you don't want her to have this abortion. Because doesn't you guys went half on this baby, doesn't your opinion? And I guess it all depends on the women, because I'll tell you my opinion on it, but as a male perspective, how do you feel about that?
So I do know somebody that went through that. And in that particular situation, where he wanted didn't matter. Which, I mean, it makes sense because it's her body. If she didn't want to have the child, she didn't want to have the child. So he protested and, all of that, but she went and did it anyways.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. The other way around. In the moment of sexual whatever, if the guy chooses to pull out, you can't make him stop pulling out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
For real?
I mean,
She's so cute.
You
Yeah,
can
she's so
you
cute.
can.
How can I stop? How can I not stop you guys?
She's
from
she's
pulling
too
out?
you're
young.
only 25.
She's too young. Yeah.
No, she's saying
No.
what you're saying. You can stop them pulling out by physically.
Yeah.
He's
But-
stronger than I am. He'll
but-
just
right.
push me. Get out of here.
If he,
In that moment, I'm weak.
right in the moment you don't pull out because you don't want to. But if you wanted to pull out really badly and the girl's like, no, don't pull out. If you really wanted to, you could.
Yeah.
And the same thing. That's our pulling out.
Oh shit!
Word.
I like that.
Word.
That's my pulling
Look
out.
at Jen.
That's our pulling out.
Hashtag.
Jen-
Hashtag.
Now,
Girls pull out too.
Now maybe you need to go to Senate with that, and they'll understand.
No, they won't.
No, bring the noodle.
No, they already made up their minds. We know how that works.
Yeah, it's sad though, because it's Charlemagne made a salient point. They have daughters, those gentlemen, I'd assume, and they have wives and cousins and all of that, and they may be in a situation where it's maybe in a situation where either for health reasons or unfortunately, if it was something tragic or I don't know, whatever it is, they want to make that decision for themselves, their lives, their bodies, and it's taken away from them. They just have to go through this thing that they don't want to go through.
And these are the same people who are like, you can't take away my guns.
Right. And
This is my choice to have a gun.
And there are laws that protect people from chopping things off or adding things to their body, right? You can do that, but you can't decide if you want to have a child or not.
Like, I saw a whole dude with a panty line today.
What?
I saw a whole dude with a panty line today, like a
panty
real life panty line. Like, he had slacks on, they were tight, and you could see his underwear, and it was like and he had a wedgie on one side, and you could see it through his pants. He was outside because at first he was crossing the street. I'm like, oh, he got a little girl haircut, but it was like a short haircut, like my hair, but it just felt girly, like he was kind of flipping it while he was walking. But he was like a solid, like he's probably like 6'3", solid man. And then he was crossing to the next side of the street. He had a panty line through his slacks.
Did you see his balls?
No, I could see from the back. I could see.
You couldn't see the front because I was like, I'm mad concerned about. I was like, did
The
it fit?
cut of, and he had like a booty. There was a guy on the car too. He was like,
Yo, that's what's up.
yeah, it was like a.
I'm happy for him. I'm just
That's what I'm
wondering, did
saying.
his balls like fit in the thong?
Well, it wasn't
panty
a
line?
thong. It was just
it-
like a bikini cut.
like
Like
a bikini cut.
yeah.
Oh boy.
I would have asked him like, do you feel sexy today?
Rolled out my window.
Hey ma.
Ew,
This is what happens when you start wearing panties. You get catcalled. Hey ma.
Because we could tell, like, we was definitely staring at your ass. There was 3 of us in the
Yo.
car, 2 girls, 1 guy. We all couldn't stop looking at it.
Wow. I'm whatever makes you happy. I'm with it. I am so. With
I was just
whatever.
like, wow, that ass looks like.
Yo, it's
that-
like the same. I don't know if you guys listen to like Bad Bunny or like.
Darren does.
Okay, and like him painting his nails, and then we think about like men like Prince and how like he was more feminine. I was like, yo, do it up, you know, just the way you dress, the way you express yourself has nothing to do with your sexuality.
Facts.
And I don't want
Odell
those.
wore a skirt. How we feel about that?
Who wore a skirt?
Odell Beckham.
I loved it.
Did you?
I could grab
I
his
don't.
balls.
I don't.
with
Oh,
a
wow.
skirt.
Oh boy. 20, 25.
Like,
I'm,
I'm for it.
people could do whatever they want.
It's the confidence,
It don't
you know.
bother- yeah, it don't.
That's why when you see like people like Bad Bunny, here we go, or like Prince, and some women, I do find both of them very attractive. It's because of their confidence. I was like, rock those press-ons or those black nails that you like painted. I was like, yes, or the skirt. I love it.
But do you want to see somebody dressed like you, of the opposite sex, and still have that thought?
So the way
of,
I look at it, Darren, is a way of expression and their artistic way, because fashion is art. So it's not like we're both like, hey girl, like you want to share this top today? No, it's just what character do you want to present yourself as today? So no, it has nothing to do with, or even let's think about same-sex relationships. Let's say I'm dating a female and we are both the same level of feminine or not. Sorry, it's the same thing, Darren. I'm like, hey, don't touch my dress, or like, hey, babe, I think you would look nice with this skirt on today.
Yeah, because a lot of those dudes, like Scarlett was saying, even in the 70s, 80s, rock stars wearing the tight pants and the wild stuff. Shawn Michaels used to dress crazy. They get a ton of women. They
Yeah,
get
they
a
would.
ton of women.
Remember that Shalimar?
Yeah, Shalimar. Yeah, all of that.
Make it free.
Yeah, they're not short of vagina at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
people can do what they want. It's just not. I know what's not for me.
Yeah.
So my lady better not come home with a kilt and say, "Hey, I saw Odell." Yeah. No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
don't
just
think I want my man wearing a skirt with me.
Huh?
I don't think I want my man wearing a skirt.
No. I'm not wearing a skirt, so he wants to.
You
wear a
hating.
skirt. Okay.
You
If
hate
he
it.
making that much money, he could wear that skirt.
I mean, he could wear the skirt. Whatever.
I ain't
It's
got
not
no
at the same
problem with
time.
him wearing that skirt.
I just don't want my man wearing a skirt.
Speaking of entitledness,
Oh.
Not entitled.
do you watch Game of Thrones, Scarlett?
I'm 2 seasons
Oh, we ain't even
behind,
touched
but
that
we could
stupid
talk
No,
about
no,
it.
we're not. We're not.
No,
I'm
we
not
won't
gonna
do
go
it.
too far.
2
into it.
seasons, huh? School.
Yeah. But did you guys hear that there's a petition? Some outraged fans. I said it right this time.
Yeah.
They are gathering a petition, gathering signatures for the writers to redo season 8.
People
because
are
they're
so dumb.
so
People are
upset.
so
People are stupid.
I heard there was gonna be a prequel after the season's over.
Yeah.
That I'm
A couple spin-offs.
That I'm here. I'm here for that.
But
Oh, just not satisfied, huh?
a
Crack
petition.
We won't say too much.
So
I don't like season 8 that much either, but I'm not gonna waste
I don't
my-
care about spoilers. I'm on Twitter. I know like exactly what's
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, do you really?
well, I mean, when
Yeah,
I,
people spoil things, so I don't care much about it.
I feel like this season they just kind of rushed
Are
it.
you guys gonna spoil things? So like people that are listening, you guys a
I mean,
spoiler alert.
listen.
We'll try to talk quick.
We spoiled it last week. And all
Yeah.
right.
I told them to stop talking about it. These guys. But
It's
I
an
think
event.
They just rushed
have more
the
chicken?
writing. Yeah, girl.
I'm hungry.
Like I was eating these Skittles. I was like, oh my god. All right, sorry.
Scarlett.
And thank you very much. No.
So everybody, saying that the season's gone to shit now that they don't have any books to fall back on for content. Again, me, I'm the simple one. I'm like, well, it's a show. It is what it is. Like, I don't see why people are being this spoiled to say like, do it over and do it right.
Yeah, that's
like
a lot.
it's your opinion, and so what? You have 150,000 other people who share your opinion. Like, not everything could be solved in a petition. Like, not everything is worth your petitionness.
Like I had said before, my thing is now we're 2 episodes out of the 6 that I already played or 5 I already played, where almost the whole episode was just combat. That's not what I watched the show for. Like I'm sitting there for a whole hour and 15 minutes of just fighting and destruction and fire and death.
Burning you.
Hey, blazing you. So that's my whole beef. Like y'all went 7 seasons of script, content, storytelling, you know what I mean, relationships, and now it's just
development story
and
arc,
now
yeah.
you have a season with 6 episodes, and 2 out of the 6 episodes, that's 33% is just fighting.
Quick
no
maths.
words.
I know. I was like, how'd she do that? I was
She's
like,
good.
is she lying?
I did that earlier today in the car.
lying?
Like I said, it was 3 of us, and I said we were saying something about a guy opened his car door too fast, and she was like, "Damn, he's trying to die." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know what? I've lived enough days. I lived 8,400 days. That's enough."
8,400 days. How
And
much
she
is that?
was like 8,400. I'm like, yeah, that's like probably 23 years. And she was like, no, it's not. And yes, it is. And so dude pulled out his calculator. He was like, she's spot on.
What the fuck?
She's not even
I'm
trying.
disgusted. I'm
That's
not
with
even
leap
impressed.
years
I'm
and
like,
shit?
Right.
How you did that?
That's why I put my gas yesterday.
Yo,
I'm like, how do you do
See how
that?
she didn't even try it?
No, she's
That's how Daenerys was like, the cars.
yeah. Oh yeah, when she got Varys.
The cars.
How do people do that?
Because it seems like a lot, but I'll break it down how it happened.
Break it down.
It's
sis.
365 days in a year.
God bless.
It's 10 years. It's 3,650.
Okay, I wouldn't have thought of that already.
So now 20 years is double that. So it's about a little over 7,000.
Mhm.
So 8,400. Add a couple years to that. It's like 23 years.
It's funny, right? Because I took a calculus quiz today, and it was like -4 minus, what was it, 5? And I was like, 2 negatives. 2 negatives make a positive.
Her brains are on fire.
So I did 2 versions of it.
Is something burning?
Because I
It's
couldn't use
Scarlett's
a
head.
calculator. She was like, no calculator. I was like, no calculators. So I was like, too many negatives here. I put 2 answers. I was like, version A,
Give me half credit if you want.
version B.
And that's part of it. In high school, we had one teacher that in the math department. There was a lot of teachers in the math department, and his name was Mr. Blumenthal, and that was my math teacher for all 4 years. And he would make us take tests, and most of the tests, you'd walk into the class because you wouldn't know until the day of the test. You walk into the class and you have a sign on the board, no calculators.
What
So
a
you just had to
bitch.
be trained to not use a calculator. You just never known.
Right. And so the first year, 9th grade, I had algebra 2 with him, and then went up from there. So basically, algebra 2, calculus AB, calculus BC, no calculators. You're just like, fuck. And so a lot of these kids in the class would have graphing calculators. I always just had a scientific. So
You
I'm
were forced to do
yeah,
all this
I'm just used to this not using a calculator unless I really have to.
I'm really happy for you. and I really actually meant
stuff.
that.
Stop you there.
But
But-
bitch.
This is cute and everything.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I didn't have that experience. I didn't get conditioned into that. I
So
didn't
that's
get
why I'm
trained.
this way. It's not by choice. It's
No.
just like
I'm the person in the exam. I'm like 2 + 2 = 4, right? It
Quick
didn't
maths.
change.
cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I that's my cushion. Comfort.
So somebody asked me the other day at work, they were like, I need to do percentage on this calculator. How do I do it? And I was like, honestly, I don't know.
You don't know how to do percentage on the calculator?
No, I like
She
how to
don't
use the
use
percent button.
calculators, B.
And that's what I said to her. And
She
she
is
got
a
legit
calculator.
mad. She got mad at me.
Yeah.
You the
Like
calculator?
I can,
She
I,
is a
like I'll use a
Like
calculator.
hidden figures?
I'll use a calculator to
hidden
figure
figures,
percents.
though. Sorry.
Depending on the percentage, I'll use the calculator, but I will use the decimal version of the
Yeah,
calculator.
that's what I do.
Yeah, but I don't know how to use the percent button.
Me neither.
Yeah.
You do like you multiply
I don't know.
with the decimal.
IT work requires no calculators.
Excel is my calculator. I do everything.
don't even know how to use
I can
Excel.
kill a formula, baby. Pivot table, concatenate all day.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of
I went to
math
an Excel
there.
seminar a couple weeks ago
Did you?
because I learned concatenate.
Wow.
Did you?
Wow.
But pivot table I learned on my own.
Yeah.
I had to teach myself that.
Pivot table? Like you pivoting?
Hey,
Like
pass the J, pass the
how do you,
rock,
what's pivot table?
shoot the J.
It's so if you sorry listeners, I know. But if you get a bunch of data and it's in a particular format, pivot table will kind of pretty it up, and you can have certain buttons or selection options that will retrieve all the data you need.
Yes. I don't know how to do that, but yes, people in my lab, they know. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
like I
that's
said,
what's up.
I just taught myself how to do that, and then I took the seminar. I was like, fuck, I wish you were here like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we all know I work with sneakers, and so I'll have these charts of like all the store numbers, the shoes, blah blah blah, and then I'll throw in a pivot table, and then it'll tell me, okay, this store has this many men's Adidas, this many men's Jordan, and it'll do it in like one button push.
Yep.
So I don't have to. Before I was sitting here like highlighting.
What class is this? Where do I learn this?
I told you, I taught myself.
Jenna
at work.
teach you. It's
So
pretty
forget
straightforward.
college, and I did Excel.
Guys,
in college.
we don't gotta go to college no
Nah,
more.
you really don't.
Cardi B didn't go to
Because-
college.
She didn't, and that's what I'm saying. Like they have, especially now these days, where they have all these seminars and things. It was a 2-day seminar, and I learned all this shit.
It's just real. The information's all out there
All these rich people that actually didn't go to college.
I gotta pee.
because they got experience, life experience.
Well, while Jen
Cardi
goes
B
to
had life
pee,
experience.
Yes.
while Jen goes pee, we're going to take a minute. Actually, we're pretty late.
Are we rolling?
We're still rolling, but we're just about the end.
Oh.
It's been going for a bit. Thank you for listening and sharing and watching and all that good stuff you do. We appreciate it. Follow us on Instagram, PLSDELTHIS. On Twitter, the same handle. On Facebook, it's Please Delete This. On YouTube, it's also Please Delete This. Pretty much everywhere you look.
Please delete this.
Right. Thank you.
Pause. Can I say something real quick? When I first heard the podcast, you sent it to me to try to advertise, and it says, "Please delete this." I was like, "It's a spam. He didn't mean to send this to me." I was like, "I will delete it."
We see how the name could be confusing.
I deleted the whole.
Did you really?
She probably did. She did. Yeah, okay. Unpause. Make sure you listen to us on your favorite streaming platform, such as SoundCloud, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes Radio, not iTunes Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, the podcast app, Google Play, pretty much any podcast listening software or platform. Follow us, listen, subscribe, share, yeah.
All DSPs.
Yes. I feel like there was something stupid I wanted to. I'll wait for Jen to get back to mention it because it has to do with her.
Something happened today that made me giggle.
Tell us. I like giggling.
Actually, huh?
We paused?
Are we paused?
No.
Oh no, we're recording. She goes to the bathroom every episode.
Almost.
So I went to wash my hands in the restroom after I ate,
Yes.
and I noticed under the stall, right, you see feet, there was a dude in the stall dropping the deuce, but he was on his tippy toes. I quickly exited and laughed my ass
What was
off.
wrong with him being on his tippy toe while he was?
Why you on these tippy toes for?
Scarlett, have you ever looked or
Like,
seen? Yeah, have you ever seen someone on the stall
Like this?
either so damn short that they're on their tippy toes or struggling or doing whatever that they that they on their tippy toes on the
Right.
toilet?
No, he's sitting on the toilet. How did you not laugh at that?
I got right under there and started
Did
laughing.
you think he was very short or that he was squeezed?
All of the above, and that made me laugh more.
I'm gonna refrain from.
I think about it too hard. I'm like,
While Jen is back. So I had somebody, Jen, message me and go, did Jen make it on time for 8:30?
Absolutely, I was here at
She was
8:24.
8:25.
I was here.
I got the message.
I was here at 8:24, and I
Yes.
typed the message.
I
So you got it by 8:25.
Excuse
I was
me.
here.
Got it. You're right. I came home at like 6, and I immediately started setting up down here. I was like, I'm not gonna get in trouble today.
You know, it's funny. I forgot about the whole thing.
Oh, you did.
I forgot.
Oh, you were just on time.
And then I was halfway here, so I was gonna text you. I'm halfway to your house, just so you know. And I was like, hold up. Wait a minute.
This guy was talking mad shit last
Hold
week.
up. Wait a minute. I think we had a whole bet. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tell him.
Ah, you did have a bet.
You're right, because I was sitting looking at my phone. I was like, look at this. She's not even here. Look at this. And then you were like, I'm here. I was like, oh. Oh.
Because I literally forgot till I got to Jefferson Boulevard exit. I was literally gonna text you like, just so you know, so that you're ready. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hold up.
Nah, don't give him no leeway.
Hell no.
Right.
Because he's not going to be ready. Because that's what I say. He's
And
not going to be ready.
I was ready.
And he was like, yeah, I'm ready. Everything's set up. I was like, oh, bitch.
Right. And then it
guess who
like,
wasn't here, though?
Yeah, Bim.
Hi.
Ain't that what I said, though? I said, I can get here on time, but Ben won't be here.
I came with a peace offering, man.
You showed up there.
Oh man.
Shit.
Shit.
So yes, Jen was on time. I was on time since I'm already here, and Bim was not. But Bim don't care about being on time, so
Fight
He's
me.
Nigerian.
Fight me.
he's Nigerian.
Hola late.
Did I talk about me having it? Hola late. I think I like it.
Nigerian name.
Did I mention on the pod that I had a new job?
Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah. So
job?
No.
Oh.
You didn't say it on the pod.
I didn't say it on the pod.
We ran
right?
out of time. No, he told us we ran out of time.
No. We mentioned it.
Well, we didn't get into it, though. We didn't get to
No, we
celebrate.
didn't.
People, I got a new job. Hey! So I hated my last job. I physically was getting the feeling, Scarlett, that there's a few situations at the job, but it wasn't like it was difficult, but it's just the environment was getting to me, to where I would physically get tense when I walked into the building. So I wanted to mention to people, if you're somewhere and you don't like your job or you feel like it's mundane or whatever, you can leave. It's different. It's not like our parents when they were working and you had to be at a job for 30 years and get your pension. Jobs don't care. They are looking for you. They're looking for capable and qualified employees. Get up out of there. You're desired at other places. You don't have to stay at that
They
one
will
job.
live without you.
Word.
Yeah.
So at this new job, I had orientation, and there was a woman in my orientation. I don't typically stereotype, but I looked at her and said,
Oh, boy.
she looks like the type that dates African men.
Oh, boy. Oh,
What does she look
Can
like?
you guess? Come
No,
on.
no,
Come on. Guess
no,
it.
no.
Guess it, Jen. Come on.
She was white.
Yes.
She was about 280 pounds to 340.
Somewhere up there. Mm-hmm. So,
She had a short haircut.
no, it was long.
It was long.
Oh, it was long.
But the way the makeup was done kind of gave it to me. And dark hair. Very dark hair.
Karen?
I don't know her name. Oh, Vanessa.
Wow.
Sorry. Shit, I hope nobody listens to the pod.
No, we'll take that out. Sorry.
Shit. So,
We don't edit nothing.
anyways, so I know
You like
nothing.
to tell the truth.
I know nothing about this woman. I know nothing.
You know nothing, Bim Snow.
I know nothing. Bim Snow. I just know she seems cool. All right, bang. So I
I'm not
kept
telling him a secret.
after when we cut the mics off.
Right.
Just write it down. So
Hit it.
I kept it in my head. I kept the stereotype in my head. Right. I ain't say shit. She mentioned she had kids. I ain't say shit. So I'm at my desk.
I see where this is going.
I'm at my desk. She walks by. She sees my name thing. I said, "Oh, are you Nigerian?"
Oh, shit.
I said, "Oh, I am actually.
I am.
How do you know? Oh, the name. You know, my son's father is Nigerian." I almost asked her if she'd been to our bar. Almost asked her if she'd been to the arbor. But yeah, so the stereotype landed. I ain't even had to guess, man. I ain't even had to ask. Spot on. So stereotypes be on point sometimes, man.
You know, actually, they're there for a reason.
As long as they don't hurt or impact anyone from making a living or put people in danger, stereotype what the fuck you want. I don't care. It should be on
It's always
point
the haircut.
sometimes.
When you mentioned the hair, that was exactly what I was thinking. I already had an image in my head. You know, it's just like, I'm not black, but my kid is. You know, kind of.
It was her
energy.
mannerisms, like kind of like how she talked a little bit, and the makeup. I was like, yeah. I know where you
What's
be.
with
At.
the makeup? What were they
The
doing?
eyebrows, some with
Was
the
it very
eyebrows,
thin?
thick.
Oh, they was thick.
Yeah,
Look at us. We're like,
yeah, and the mannerisms. I was like, yeah,
Yeah. This is-
yeah.
this is-
What happened there?
No, I'm way too angry to even talk on it.
No, come on,
Angry?
Darren. Let's even more.
I like angry
Yeah,
Darren.
angry Darren is fun.
I get hyped. Come on.
I know,
Angry
it's
Darren?
gonna get me in much trouble.
I was gonna get you in trouble.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
After the
Yeah,
podcast.
after.
Darren gets beaten up as it is.
Scarlett, did you have anything in particular you wanted to?
No.
Address?
No.
I tried to probe her for it, and she was like, "No."
What does Scarlett do in the summertime?
BT Dubs, I love your glasses. I've been thinking that since I got here.
Okay, so I got him at Zenny.
I've been trying to get
That's the
Zenny,
website,
but then
right?
you have to do that measurement of the this to this or some shit on Zenny Optical, right?
You guess.
I'm not that confident, so I haven't done it. And then plus,
It's
I
like-
need to go to the eye doctor.
But they're so cheap that you could like gamble.
And be like, fuck it, $7.
How you know?
That cheap?
Yeah.
I like on
Tell me.
Cyber Monday I got one for like $4.
Yeah.
What's the
What's the
website?
name?
20.
Zanny, you said?
ZENNI.
Z-E-N.
Oh.
I'm about to
Yeah.
order
The one
one.
I-
So
one
and
I-
it's
Somebody
frame
told me
and
that the number that I've been looking for is right here. Oh,
On
for
the
real?
side?
Yeah.
That's a
It's-
whole
right
lot.
bef-
Yo, we all got
before and
glasses.
after.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
There's
Oh
that.
wow, it's right there too.
Yeah, right there.
crazy.
Before and
Is
after
it?
the
I don't
square.
got it.
See, I ordered mine from iBuy Direct,
Oh,
and it
I
was
think I-
like
I think I already
$27 maybe.
Why y'all getting these? I got expensive ass Ray-Bans.
Is this-
Meanwhile,
Wow. I had some Versace, and after that, I was like, no.
Well,
No
they might
need.
put them on yours because you ordered from the site, but like mine's all faded. But see on the side, there's little numbers, so it's on there.
oh shit.
wow.
So that's what this number on the side of it is, like the
Yeah,
width
it's
of the
asking for like I think here to here and like here to here or some shit.
So yeah, they're supposed to measure
It
the
said
center of your pupil to the
55,
other center.
18,
Yeah.
145.
And they give you like a little chart to do. You can
yeah,
do
they
it in
like
the
a,
mirror.
a
Call your
really good
doctor.
printed out.
Yeah.
Call your eye doctor.
They be hating though.
Because I
They don't
got
want to give the
purposely-
information.
Yo,
they
They
know.
purposely
Why is it
write
like
it
that?
scrambly. Like they write it
Because you're
scribbly.
taking money
So you
out
know
of
what
their
I did?
pocket.
I went personally, and they still
Ah.
gave me a hard time. I went the second time, and I got it.
They
But
know what's
yeah.
going on.
Right? Is that what it is?
I didn't even think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because you're taking money out of their pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So-
purposely write messy.
Yeah. And,
I
so
read it.
my eye doctor, they don't sell glasses or contacts, so they happily give me whatever information I need.
It's nice.
Because
nice.
I ordered contacts, which I was skeptical at first. Walmart.com sold contacts.
Yes.
The last time I got contacts.
pretty
And
good,
they were great. And it was the exact same brand that I would get from my eye doctors. It was like,
Wow,
I think it was
Walmart's
like,
really taking over the world.
I think it was like $20 a box or some
Oh,
crazy
wow.
shit. It was cheap, so I bought like 4 boxes.
Yeah.
And they were fine, but then I ran out and I
Yo,
just got
Bim is
too
about
lazy.
to buy him some shit.
Right, look at him.
It was literally $19.99 a box.
What you buying, Bim? What you got set up?
Everything under $20.
What? This one and this
Are you
one and
kidding
this
They have
one.
nice glasses, yeah, and you can get all kinds of different colors for different days, and your mood.
Oh, I saw. Okay, this is a
you
lot, but I saw
kidding
some
me?
heart-shaped glasses,
Oh, girl.
and it was on sale. I was like, why not? Maybe I want to be a heart kind of character that day and just fuck it up.
Yo, I'm about to go ham, my G.
Yeah.
So
on
that
Zenny right
number,
now?
like I
That
said,
means
I
on
stopped.
there.
I went to
Yeah.
order and I stopped when they got to that measurement. So look on the side in here. It's
Uh-huh.
on there.
On the right side?
I don't know, nigga. The fuck? There's
Help
only
me.
two sides. Just look.
Look.
Look, I
He
can't.
said, help me. Look.
I need my glasses to see the
On
number.
the, is
It's
it on
right here? 55,
55?
18. So one
all
of those
those
two
things?
numbers.
Okay.
Oh, you look different with glasses.
Yeah, your eyes
You
are
look
really
weird.
Let me see your eyes.
Oh my god,
Where
your
are
eyes
they?
open.
I can't.
You look like your brother,
Which one?
They hurt.
the one with the little Canadian eyes.
That was funny. That was funny. Also,
Shout out to Wa.
I gotta mention something. I feel like bad
Oh,
about
Lord.
saying this. 16 days into May, but Happy Haitian Heritage Month.
When was that?
It is.
That's
It's
this
May.
month? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
It's funny. I was in Boston
did-
today, and like all along Blue Hill Ave, there was Haitian flags.
Yeah.
God bless.
yeah.
What do y'all do to
We
celebrate?
just
Eat rice.
Isn't
much
there like a nice
eat rice.
festival in Florida? Because I was in Florida around this time last year, and they had
yes,
like,
they had the festival. They pretty much have a
Yeah.
festival in each state, or they try to. I know there's one down in Florida. There's one in Pennsylvania. I want to say. And there's one obviously in New York and Boston.
So that's each state, huh? All 4.
Well, no, I said they try to. No. I said they try to do it in each state, and then I said I know they do one. Come on, Jen. Come on, Jen. Come on, work with me. I didn't even. I said
Yo,
I
you
know
say
they
everything I be
try.
thinking out loud. I was like,
Jen. You know what, Jen? All right.
he was very passionate about this.
I didn't mean.
Come on.
I didn't mean I know they do one in every state. I said I think they do. Well,
not like Alaska,
no,
nothing.
no.
Okay. Are you going?
No, I'm not going no Haitian parades. It's supposed to be on Sunday or
Why is it
next
like
Sunday.
that?
Right, like, you
Because
ain't
I
gonna go
don't
support-
like. We've talked about this. I don't
Mon
like.
chéri.
Yeah, I don't like.
You don't like
big
being around a
areas.
bunch of Haitians. Imagine how I feel.
I didn't even say a bunch of Haitians. I said I
Oh.
don't like to be around a bunch of people like
Oh, sorry.
You know?
that. Yeah, no, I don't.
I just finished your sentence.
DJ.
Yeah, but I'm
behind the
away from everybody. I'm not in the middle of all these people.
I'm with you on that. I don't like being in a crowd.
Yeah, but big
it's
up to
funny,
that.
When I was there last week in Boston, they had a big billboard. It was some kind of Haitian business expo, and I tried really hard to remember the info so that I could talk about it. I wanted to Google it and talk about it, but I couldn't remember enough. But I think it was like a Haitian business expo
That sounds.
in Boston. So
Everybody-
if you want, you could try to Google those words, and hopefully it'll pop up
Everybody
because
was
it
late,
sounded like something that was really cool.
Everybody was late, huh?
And y'all know how I'm the type to read the.
Let's Google it.
I'm the type to read the headline and not the article. So.
Actually, while I'm
Yeah.
googling it, Scarlett, can you tell us about your Google story that we were talking about earlier? Yeah.
Oh.
This is proof that we need more representation. in the
Going
world.
back to being a woman of color in science and STEM. So here I am minding my own business, trying to do a presentation for my biochemistry class, and I wanted this cool, like, a girl that looked like me in science. So what are you gonna type on Google, like, black girl in lab? And I get all these pictures of a lab dog that's black.
No.
And And at
Holy
first I started
shit.
giggling. I was like, oh man, I really suck at Googling, huh? So I'm like giggling. I was like, ha ha ha. And then I was just like, wait a minute, this is just like Pinterest. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pinterest,
Yeah.
but everything's white unless you put black in front
Oh,
of
yeah.
it, and then they would give you black people.
Wow.
So it's just like braids, unless you put black braids,
Yeah.
then you get like French braids, right? So I was like, wait a minute. I was like, maybe this isn't that funny. So I take black out and I put white. So now is now white girl in lab, and I get all these white girls in lab.
That's crazy.
But for black girls in lab, there was
A fucking dog.
no, not a one. A full search of black lab dogs. Lab dogs.
Can you believe?
I was like, oh,
You
and
can.
then you think
Unfortunately, you can't
representation.
believe. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm flabbergasted. No, and that representation is super
It's
important.
a huge thing. So when school talks about we're very diverse, I look at that. I was like, look at your all right. All my the professors. Do any of y'all look like me?
Right.
Speaking
None
of,
of them.
I was talking to Bay today. Yeah, I said it.
Who?
What up, my G? Huh?
What up, son?
Wait, you said Bay like boo?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
That's relationship, Jen.
It's the first time I've said that on the podcast.
Hey.
It feels kind of
Do
strange.
you feel good?
I
Say it one
feel,
more
I
time.
feel great. Hey, Bay. But I'm sure people listening don't feel as good. But I feel good. So
Read them, sis. Shit.
So as I'm driving, we were talking, and he was saying how I don't know how he got down the slippery slope. I told him I wasn't gonna bring it up because I didn't think I could deliver it as good as he did, but I'm gonna try. How he was on YouTube for some reason and looked up the My Buddy doll.
My buddy doll?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that.
My buddy.
My buddy.
Wait.
Wherever I go.
Oh my god,
he
from like
goes.
G Unit?
Wow.
She's young, guys. She's 25.
You're right.
She's 25.
You're right.
G
made
Unit.
it worth
Have you
it.
heard that song from G Unit?
G
My bad?
Unit got
worth
it
it.
from the doll.
From the doll?
Well, listen.
Yeah, yeah. It's a doll that came out a long time ago.
They've been doing this thing. They've been doing this thing on Facebook. This is how old I am, and this was a perfect example of how old
She
we
said
are.
like G Unit. Yo. Oh shit.
This is a perfect example
She's
of how
25,
old we
people.
are and how old she
Yeah,
is.
they got it from the
Wherever I
doll.
go, he goes, that
Yeah,
was a
and they
doll?
turned it into a song about a gun. Yeah, yeah.
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 That just made the whole thing worth it. I don't even
Amazing.
need to finish.
No, no,
Amazing.
finish, please.
Wow.
That,
Bim, that is a clip.
I love that.
How old are you?
Let me do it. Let me do it.
that's amazing. Whoa,
I even
shit.
give you the time mark. Maybe. It'll
Yeah,
be-
so my buddy was a doll. It was like a little soft
It'll be
doll.
around
And he was saying how it was
150
literally
mark.
because girls have all these different dolls, Barbie or whatever, and boys didn't have dolls.
You guys got my buddy?
So my buddy was like the boy doll.
Yes.
And so he was saying he looked on YouTube and the original boy My Buddy commercial was 30 seconds and it had the whole, you know, he's in a tree and he's doing all this shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I guess people must have said, hey, there's no girl version.
Yep.
So they made
Kid Sister.
Kid Sister.
Yep.
And so he was like, yeah. So I played the commercial. It was still 30 seconds, but it's like you could literally hear, in his words, you could hear the DJ go,
Yep.
and just throwing the Kid Sister part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's funny because in my head, I only hear the version with My Buddy and Big Sister. So this is the song goes, my buddy, wherever I go, he goes. And it goes, Kid Sister, Kid Sister, wherever I go, she goes. Kid Sister, Amy.
Yeah.
So, so he's like, yeah, boys couldn't even have like our own doll.
No. No. Well, how come we can't? But y'all got mad shit. But. And my buddy was popping. I wanted one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was more to it. And then he's convinced that Chucky is a My Buddy doll.
Yes.
And how they turned the one boy doll into a killer.
Into a killer. Yes.
And then is the bride of Chucky a kid
Wow,
sister
masculine.
because
Okay.
then that's incest. See, I
Well,
They're redoing
Carter,
Chucky, by the way.
Does Carter have a doll? Right.
He does.
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah. He has a
What kind
little
of doll is
baby.
it? Oh,
This little
I
black
didn't know
baby.
that.
Actually, we got him the doll before Kai came to get him used to a baby.
Oh, I remember that.
Is that the
actually.
reason why?
yeah.
I thought you guys
You
were
know-
like
you know
destroying
Carnival's like that.
like, wow.
Well, in that,
that's dope.
yeah.
Did it work?
It did.
Yeah, because if you think about like these dolls, what they teach you is just like how to be warm and
How to be
caring,
nurturing, yeah.
How to be
nurturing.
gentle.
But
yeah,
now, like boys don't have that. Like that's what we play with is like a baby.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
Yeah.
So when I came over your house and I saw Carter with the doll, I thought that was just beautiful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's true.
dope.
That's true.
Thank my wife.
Because
Does
guys need
What
to
do you have
learn
from that?
how to
If, like,
learn how to be dads, just like girls have to be
did
learning
it
to be
bother
moms.
you seeing
Facts.
that as a father, seeing your first boy holding a baby doll that's supposed to be like girly?
I at first I kind of like was like making fun of it.
Yeah.
Like a baby. Like what's he gonna do with a baby? And then it was like, nah.
I have a
see
baby.
it.
He
I
is
see
literally
it.
my baby.
Yeah. I see it. Like I saw the importance of it. And
Isn't
so-
it? It's a black baby too, right?
It is a black baby.
It's a black baby.
Yes, it is a black,
It's a black
doll.
baby.
My wife is good like that, with stuff like that. She
That's dope.
yeah. So
I'm with that.
We're all blessed to have her in our life. I understand you.
That's all
She's dope.
touching.
She is.
So yeah, so boys have my buddy doll, and
Girls
he's
have
very
everything
upset
else.
Everything, literally.
Everything else.
that y'all couldn't even keep
Girls
your own
also have
doll.
my buddy dolls.
Y'all can even get your own commercial and just make a new commercial for Kid Sister. They just
Kid Sister.
Nope.
questioning.
we got
And she
nothing.
said G Unit. That just made it worth
Yo,
it.
man.
Amazing.
That was great.
That was like the mwah.
That was
The
icing on the
mwah
episode,
to the
cake.
episode.
After the episode, we'll pull up the commercial for you.
Yes, we-
Episode 64. 64 square root of 64 is 8. 8 is
See?
twice of 4. There's 4 of us here. It's meant to be.
Wanna close
There you
the-
have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought you were
that
gonna
was
pull like a
episode.
Drake line. You know when
Oh, I did. I had the jigsaw in my head, but I didn't say
I
it.
thought that's what you were going
Yeah.
with, and then you just went all
'Cause the square
math
root of
on me. I was
69
like,
is 8 something. Yeah.
So I was trying to work it out.
Anyways, folks, thank you so much for listening to us.
Round
Thank
of
you
applause
to
to Scarlett.
Woo! Thank you for joining us.
That was amazing. Thank you,
Yes.
Scarlett.
Thank you for having me once
Yeah, we
again.
gotta have more female energy on the show
And
because
good
it
luck with
worked
your,
out well.
your competition. I'm
Oh,
so excited
we
for
found
you.
this. This
Yes,
is
that's it.
this is a sign.
Yeah,
from
you're going to
above.
kill it. You're
Yes,
going to kill it.
Yes,
I'm a
yes,
winner.
yes. Good luck.
No.
You have to let us know how you did too.
Please.
It's gonna be all over social media.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm gonna be
You know,
like,
I don't follow you, so I have to follow you.
Yeah, follow Scarlett. She's funny. Her mom is hilarious. I don't understand Spanish, but she be funny.
Her mom's mad funny.
Yeah.
my mom
Her
is
mom is mad funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Give your
what's your-
socials if you do
I
that.
was just like, oh snap, I've never done this. What is my it's SSCARLET X3.
Extra.
Yeah.
There's no
that's it.
underscore or nothing like that.
No,
right?
there's no. Yeah, no. It's just S
know.
Scarlett X3. I
don't
thought
wanna-
X3 made a heart. You know, I thought it was cute.
You don't want to
Yeah.
big up anybody else? You wanna big up your.
Who? Oh, shout out to the best organization, sorority, Omega Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Yeah.
What?
Just like I tried.
Jen's in the gang. I don't know. She
like,
just
no.
makes noises.
Cool. Well, thank you again for
Darren,
having
I
us.
love the fact that you did that underneath the table. Like,
Yeah, I was like, come on, you know
wanna
the
shout out
thing,
the,
the
you know the
thing.
sunflowers.
So-
the sunflowers.
I know you guys are
I
not
know.
really
The
fraternity,
sunbeams.
sorority, and all that stuff.
Nope.
And I'm not
Pause.
either.
You're like the soccer mom.
I am. No,
Even
I was
with like
gonna say.
my coming out, my presentation, and like you were just there, like
Yeah.
you're real happy.
So I got to see a lot. You know, Clarabelle is heavy in there, and she was your dean, correct?
Yes, my membership
when
educator.
So you know, the first time being exposed to it wasn't with Scarlett, but seeing the pledges come in and seeing what they did with the pledges, and like you know, I'd be in the corner like, oh my god, they're so mean. Oh my god, why are they so mean to them or whatever like that. So Clarabelle would like, go do whatever you got to do, whatever. And I'll go in the kitchen like, are you hungry?
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to take a nap? Come with me, baby. I put her under my wing, like it's okay. Like any pledge, you, Jalissa,
Yes.
Steph, whatever.
We got
So
But they'd be like, why does my son have a baby doll?
oh, baby.
right.
I'll take
Come
care
with
of
me.
you.
Come with me. So with Scarlett, her she was working on her. This is, you know how you said you don't have a music bone in your body.
Yeah.
Scarlett was working on her her greeting.
Yes.
And I know you guys don't really know, but greetings they say whatever they gotta say and they put their own little style into it. And we were helping Scarlett with this one part of her greeting.
Oh, boy.
And it was to the tune of the DMX song, Bring It, What We Right Here, right?
Scarlett, you know what we're going to ask.
Ooh,
What?
she never
Do
knew.
it.
She didn't know the
You
song.
got to do it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if
I
you
know the song now.
Now you know the
Can
song,
you-
but at the
can you-
time she didn't.
Can
I'm
you
not gonna
do
do
the
the whole.
thing?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Is it long?
The whole the green. It's been 4 years.
You don't
This
remember
is where I
it?
check out. I don't.
No, it's been a long time. No, I'm absolutely not doing that. It's
You
memory
remember it,
lane.
though.
Do you
It's
remember it?
I remember it, but
So just that little part, I remember me and the girls working with her for like a good solid 2 hours. Like, no, Scarlett, you have to bring it. What?
And I couldn't get the
right?
what?
Yeah, she couldn't do it. And me and the girl,
what?
you can see like Celeste, like, why can't she do this? Like so, but it was super dope. It's stupid. Like the sorority fraternity world is a super dope world in my mind. So it's dope to see, and it's also you know, the Omega Phi Beta is a great
Yes.
sorority
Yes.
to see and be a part of it. So shout out to them. Anything else, guys?
Pause on that. Hold up. Bring it back. I remember that day vividly because I remember your daughters in the shade in that room. I was like, you guys don't understand me. I just don't understand. And I was like, your dad's a DJ, okay? Like, you guys have music and you, I don't. And I remember, like, you know, you being nurturing. It's just like, Scarlett,
It's
you
okay.
got this.
You'll get it. You'll get it. Come on,
You'll
go ahead,
get it. It was
Scarlett.
one of those. Like,
And then Clarabelle would come and be like,
and I looked at you and I was just like, would you be okay with your daughters doing this?
and I was like, absolutely not. No,
That's
absolutely
a
not.
lie. Then you lied to me and then
No,
to
no, no,
encourage
you're
me
right,
because you were
yeah.
like, I would love that the things
It
that
would.
they do.
Well,
the way
because
that
I
they
see the
discipline.
positivity
And I didn't see it then, but I
Right.
see it now. You know, it was just like college and life. And, you know, it taps you. Like, it taps that ass. You know, it builds character. It was one of the best things I ever did that I would never want to do again. But it was a wonderful experience looking at it now.
It's
Very
funny
dope.
because when I first started working at Expressions, I was assistant manager, and there was a girl who worked in our store who was pledging to some sorority at JWU, and I remember vividly going, I would never,
Yeah.
ever, because she couldn't. I forgot how many weeks it was, but she couldn't do anything. She couldn't shave her armpits.
Oh,
She
shit.
couldn't wear
Wow.
deodorant.
Yep.
She couldn't put on makeup. She
Yep.
couldn't do her
Wait,
hair.
wait, who's the girl? Do you remember her name?
Don't
Yeah,
say
I
her
do,
name. Don't say her name.
but unlike Bim, I know
Yeah.
how to have a
Okay.
filter.
I'm messy. I'm messy.
You messy.
I'm messy. I'm messy.
Y'all both messy.
We messy.
Y'all both messy. They are so messy, Scarlett. You don't even understand.
He's like, I can't say her name, but
Her name is Vanessa.
oh, we're
Right,
gonna
good
say
job,
it again.
Bim.
I'm gonna beep this part too.
Yeah,
What a dumbass I am.
yeah. I'm not messing
What?
with
I was gonna tell the secret that you
Yeah,
were
every
boning in the back.
organization is different.
Yeah,
They go
so
to
I
some
was just
extreme.
like, woo, girl.
See, no, for me it was very different. Like I knew Clarabelle and Sisters of this organization since I was in high
I
school.
dropped a Skittle on my shoe. I'm gonna eat it.
Go ahead, enjoy it.
No
I would do
judgment.
the same. So I trusted anything that I was like, I could go in blind. I trust these women, so there was no fear in me of like, oh my god, I hear all these horrible stories. None whatsoever.
Yeah, she did it. And she
My parents
she
knew
finished.
Clarabelle, so if anything went down, I know. They knew where to go to.
Word.
So I was
no.
like, I don't have. I'm like Darren. I have zero discipline. So
Zero.
None.
None. And I wanted to be in a fraternity at some
I
point.
did not.
Did you?
Yeah, because I thought it was so cool. Like,
trash.
I want.
Yeah.
Why am I trash?
Also,
It is amazing.
Darren, I have to
Honestly,
bash you.
Hey, you're right. You're right.
sorry.
As if you guys haven't done enough of that this episode.
Think about it for me.
you look
All
good in
right.
teal.
You know how I was talking
you,
about
Jen.
how I don't have any women of color in the science field, and then I had mentioned, oh yeah, but besides like some of my sorority sisters and da da da. That's why I joined our organization. It was never because of the colors and like
Right.
let me stomp the yard kind of thing. It was like I am outnumbered here. I need my pack. I was like I need somebody that is gonna understand me. That's going through this journey with me. My parents are not gonna understand what it feels like to be a college student. My professor's not gonna understand what it feels like to be a black
color woman, yeah.
student. I am in the majority of my classes, with exceptions, I am the only woman of color. They're not gonna understand that. But I could hit up one of my sorority sisters, and I'm like, hey, Pam, or hey, this. Have you felt this way? He's like, yes, and this is how I dealt with it, or I'm still learning how to deal with it.
And that's my one. You was asking about things you would do differently. That's my one thing is I didn't take advantage of those groups. There was not only SWE, the Society of Women Engineers, but there's also the Society for Black Engineers and NISME, the National Society of Black Engineers. And they used to ask me all the time, like, yo, you should come to our meeting. You should come to our meeting. I went to a couple, but I didn't really take full advantage of NISBE. That's a big organization for engineers. If you're going to school right now to be an engineer, and you're of color, or even if you're not, and you have NISBE in your school, take advantage of that. Same thing with SWE. If you have any of those very specific groups towards your major and what you're interested in, go for it. Even if you just go to the meetings and you don't really participate, it's having a good connection and a good network of people who you can reach out to, like you're saying with the sorority. So because there were certain things that I did, such as going to school for 10 years. I didn't have to go to school for 10 years. I tell them all the time, like, I took classes and I have this bad habit. I don't finish things. So I would go to classes. I would go the whole semester. I would take all the exams. I would go to all the classes. I would do all the assignments. And then the last 2 weeks, I would just stop. And I would get incomplete because the teachers wouldn't fail me. I know, it's dumb, right? I wouldn't get a F because they're like, this dumb hoe came to class all the time. We saw her. We know her by name. She's the only black person in class. We know her. She was here. We seen her. And she just stopped coming. And so I would get incomplete.
Yeah.
When I didn't know that when incomplete, the next semester I could just, if I didn't take the final, just take the final.
Yeah.
And get a grade. So I would wait till the following year when the class was offered again and take it again. So like my student loans are through the roof because I took classes 3-4 times for no reason.
Golly.
And it brought my GPA down because I had to take these classes 3-4 times. So little things like that where somebody could have just told me.
The mentorship, yeah.
Yeah, hey, silly. You could just take your final exam like a regular person and stop being dumb.
Yeah.
Because when I stopped going to school, I stopped for a while. Another long story. When I went back, turns out I only had like 7 credits away from graduation.
Can you imagine?
I had stopped.
Can you imagine?
Those 2 classes.
But Darren, I would have joined a fraternity to stop the yard.
Really?
Well, we were already steppers.
Yeah, we stepped in high school. I wanted to compete, baby, because I used to go to the step show. Oh, I would have killed that shit.
Remember the cap
I
for
would have killed that
Stomp
shit.
Fest?
Yeah, Stomp Fest used to
So
be
that
fire.
was another thing. I was already a stepper, like we said, we were steppers. I didn't feel the need to force and be in a sorority because I was already a stepper.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the organization is more than just stepping, but of
Well,
course
oh,
that's
yeah.
but there's that highlight as well.
I just want to be front and center.
Yeah, he was one dance.
I just want to
Is
be
this
nasty.
also the
You just wanna be nasty?
I just want to be nasty.
It's just a representation of having that.
All of that. Yeah, Jen, all of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's Bim.
Ruining the
No,
party
I'm
by
not.
doing my stroll through it. Yeah, all of that.
I could definitely see like a light cocktail hour and Bim.
Broke fight, broke. He ain't got it.
Broke fire broke. Let's
Yeah.
do it,
See,
I really don't have it.
I
Yeah.
See, I wasn't
neither.
obnoxious as a 19-year-old. Now, Jen?
You would have done it. Yeah.
She.
Wait, you would have done what?
I'm obnoxious now. I'm not. Back then I was more shy. I'm still shy, but I'm like a different kind of
She
shy.
was more reserved.
You're more confident now.
I'm
Hey,
more,
I'm
doors.
after 25.
yeah. I'm more don't give a fuck a did.
Yeah, that part.
Life. Life happens.
So we are older. I'm gonna try to close out on this because we way over time.
Yeah, you got this.
We are older. Do we have any like advice as older people for our young friend here?
Take care of your knees.
No, not
That's
needs.
a good one.
Knees.
These things,
Knees.
these puppies.
I
when
can't
they-
pop, lock, and drop it anymore, but
Yeah, just make sure
Try
they're
it.
in good
Yeah.
good shape.
Put cocoa butter on them every so often.
Oh no, honestly, what I would say, because I know you're in school, I've been having a lot of conversations about this. We talk about it on podcast. Investing is very, very important.
Yes.
Investing
talk to me about this.
because we all have jobs
And manage your credit.
and manage your credit. We all have jobs, but you'll never get rich by just your job, and not even just rich. You'll never be comfortable with just
Stable.
your job. Stable. Investing early, whether in stocks or in real estate, will put you in a position, especially in this market currently, just a few years down the line, to where you can take that money and reinvest it and have a lot of equity. So if I knew at the age of 21 what I know now, I would be fucking out of here. I would be out of here. But it's never too late. So invest as soon as you can. That's my advice. And you could talk to me. You could talk to Darren. Like, don't be
Show me
shy.
I'm like, show me the way because I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, because my parents, I think these guys can say the same. They knew buy a house, but they didn't know the power
yes.
in it. How you can use a home equity line of credit. How, if you live in a home for 2 or more years and the equity goes through the roof, you can sell it and up to $250,000 you would get to keep, and they won't tax it.
It's funny because I was just talking to someone on the way
Yeah.
over here
Yeah.
about how a lot of our foreign parents, what's the first thing they want to do? Build a house back home.
Yep.
Yes.
And they never move home.
Right.
And I was like, my mom did the same thing. And so a lot of times I think to myself, if you would have just took the money that you took to build that house that you're not living in
Yep.
and just paid off the house here,
Yep.
you could be living mortgage free.
Yeah.
And you could move back and forth and do whatever you fuck you want
Right.
because you don't have any.
You need a
and
stream of income.
and
And a
you-
stream of revenue.
It's because you could move back home,
Yeah.
rent this thing out, and it's completely all profit.
Right.
Or you could sell it, and it's all going in your pocket. But instead, like, oh, I'm just gonna pay the mortgage as it is and take all my money and go build a
Well,
house.
it's a
back home.
mentality. It's a different
And that's
mentality.
what I'm saying.
And
It's something like that where it's like you don't realize because they all say, well, things cost more here in America. Yeah, but it costs more. But you're building a house back home that's not the same size as your house here in America.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it costs less technically, but you're building a house that's 20 times bigger.
Right.
So now you're spending more money.
And if you do the right thing here, you put a low down payment down, buy at the right price, you're making
Money back.
cash flow on a rental.
You can stop working.
And after a certain amount of years, if you want, you can sell it, take that equity, and buy
Yeah.
2 more. You know, so
Or rent it out and
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
out and travel and do what you
Yeah.
want, and you have money constantly coming in whether you work or not.
right, and it's all from that initial investment. So that's my advice to all the
Good one.
youngins. Yeah.
Very
on,
good
man.
one. I think with Jen, I was gonna say your credit. It's so easy just to let your credit do whatever it wants, and then you find yourself in a hole, and you just can't get back out of it. So, being smart.
I get pregnant.
Oh yes, with twin sisters. So just being smart with your, with your credit and like managing it, keeping an eye on it. If you have credit cards, not using over 70% of your debt. Things like that
Pay
that
more
help
than the
you,
minimum.
and then you can take with a good credit score. You can take that and go buy a house. Get a loan through FHA. Something like that, and then buy your 2-3 family and have that property make money for you, and then you got a place to live for free, so you can focus on other things. Yeah,
Got it.
and take care of your needs, because your needs are needs are crucial. Yeah.
I wish I had something insightful and powerful like these two.
Well, I kind of took your
Well,
But my thing is, eat well, eat often.
There you go.
and don't use a calculator.
credit.
Use a calculator. Use that.
Yeah, I need that calculator.
Use your calculator, but also kind of challenge yourself. Like I was saying, the 23 years, 8,400 days. It was one of the things where it's just in my head. I'm just like, oh, this is how I think. But same thing, I did the same thing with buying gas yesterday. I'm like, all right,
Here we go.
I'm a little between a half and a quarter. I have a Camry. It takes about 14 gallons. Gas is $2.80. So I'm like, I think I can fill up with $30. $30, boom. Because I'm like, $28 is 10 gallons. 14 gallons, it's a little bit more than half, a little less than 3/4. So, I had to go inside and pay. You know what I mean? So just doing these little teeny tiny math problems every day keeps your mind sharp. Keep your mind sharp. It's like exercise for your body, but for your mind, because that's you know what I mean? Because we are susceptible to things like stroke and heart disease and blood clots and things like that. And you want to keep your mind sharp.
Yes.
Alzheimer's is
Yes.
big, especially with us colored women, because it's linked to stress and, like we said, colored women. Well, you know what I mean. Women of color, I shouldn't say colored women, are what we believe to be the least protected people. It's true. You know what I mean? So we have the most amount of stress, and therefore we have this high high risk for strokes and things like that, because we're always constantly taking care of others and taking care of ourselves and thinking really hard. And so you just got to keep your mind always sharp, and just little teeny tiny mental problems, math problems throughout the day keeps you on your toes. So keep your mind exercised as much as you keep your body exercised.
These are all good tips that if you guys have time, I would love to meet and talk. And on the Excel thing, I'm gonna need that.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I need all your knowledge. Come.
We got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for coming,
Thank
Scarlett.
you,
This was
Scarlett.
amazing.
This is tight. Told you I'm a fan. Look, she
Not to
fabulous.
pull an all-nighter because I got homework.
Oh, damn. Yeah, let's get her out of here.
Yo.
Good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
And
There was
next
next
weekend,
weekend.
Next week, I'm sorry.
Darren, come
No, I'm
on,
sorry. I
man.
apologize. I don't listen.
Next
You
time.
You said it though.
Next
Right.
week, we're also turning up for somebody's birthday.
Is your birthday?
Gemini, son.
Is your where are you going?
Are we local? We here.
We right here.
We doing old people stuff.
We got
though.
bottles. We right here.
Every year I don't plan things for my birthday because it's always Memorial Day weekend or close to it, and it's always like 1,000 things going on. So the month will start and I'm like, I have nothing planned, and by the time that weekend comes, shit, I got a lot going on. So
Wait a minute. You guys already have a year then.
we have
Podcast.
well
Over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started, February?
February 1st.
Oh, then I didn't start listening February because like you mentioned your birthday and I was like, this sounds like like deja vu. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I heard this before. And I was like, it was around this time last year working in the lab. I started hearing.
We got the cheesecake.
Oh, you was
Yeah.
on early.
Mama, she made it.
Look
She
at
made
God.
it, she made it.
Look
I
at
made
God.
it. I can take a picture of y'all.
Yeah, we
Look at
flicking
the
it up
picture.
after this.
So, and usually I don't like taking pictures, but I'm excited about
I
this
really
one.
wish I would have known there was a camera, high camera. I would have done my hair. I'm much prettier, guys.
Oh, you square. You
Filter.
good. You good.
Anyways, people have a good weekend. Be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
God bless.
Bye.
Hey, that was dope. Yes, Scarlett.
Dude, guys. Oh.